I got it, Rocky. I think I would go DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I think I probably would too.
I mean, if Hopkins could stay healthy, he's arguably the best receiver in football.
I mean, both of them. Again, we go to if both are walking through the Birmingham airport, who gets stopped? Nobody gets stopped in that situation.
No, I think Freddy Krueger does.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think people recognize Robert.
I mean, he's
England.
got a very interesting look.
Yeah, but I don't think people recognize him at this age. You said he's 70 what now?
73.
What's that been? 30 years since he did one of those?
No, they just did.
But it was him.
Yeah, they did Freddy vs. Jason. That was like 2004.
Yeah. I'm going to go DeAndre Hopkins here.
I'll go DeAndre Hopkins too.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
he has, man. His IMDb's huge.
Yeah, he's in Stranger Things this year.
That's Four Downs, presented by Vulcan Tire and Automotive.
It was Stay Hungry, the movie that was filmed here in Birmingham, 1975.
That was his first one before Freddy?
No, that was his fourth film.
Oh.
But I remember him in that. I remember watching Stay Hungry a couple of years ago, and I was like, there's Freddy Krueger. 4 great locations, a 5th location coming soon to Pell City. Get a look at anything you need bumper to bumper, locally owned and operated. For more information, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
Josh Heupel did a lot of really good things as his first year as a Tennessee coach. So much so that I am already ready to take the L on saying it's going to be a disaster. Still going to wait and see, but I'm prepared. Maybe not ready to take the L. I'm prepared to take the L.
Are you prepared for them to be the second best team in the East this year?
Would not blow me away. Would not blow me away, yeah. And I'll give you one stat, since you say that, Lance, one stat as to why that might be the case when we wrap things up here. Don't forget Birmingham Legion back in action on Wednesday night. You can get tickets at bhmlegion.com. bhmlegion.com. They are right there in Birmingham's Protective Stadium against Memphis 901 FC. bhmlegion.com. For tickets to Wednesday night's Birmingham Legion games, 7 o'clock is when they start. Great family atmosphere there. BHMLegion.com for tickets to go see the Birmingham Legion.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
Summer weather is finally here. Make sure your air conditioner is ready for the Alabama heat. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the ones to call for all of your HVAC needs. Hemphill Services is a locally owned and operated independent Trane dealer, and the team can service all makes and models. Get the guys at Hemphill Services to make sure your HVAC unit is ready to help you beat the Alabama heat this summer. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, do what I do. Call Hemphill Services. It's hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090.
Double the fun and more ways to win at Victoryland Casino and Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play thousands of your favorite games featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. The Trucks and Bucks giveaway is going on right now. We're giving away 2 Chevy Z71 trucks and $50,000. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Drawings May 13th and 14th. Come win at Victoryland Casino and Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Must be 21 or older. Must be present to win.
Here at Mountain Dew, we'd like to remind you, life doesn't always have to be so serious. You gotta know what's important and what's not important. Here's a checklist. Not forgetting your mom's birthday? Important. Knowing how to tie a tie? Not important. Standing up for your friends? Important. Keeping a diary? Not important. Rooting for your team even when they're down? Important. Always keeping some Mountain Dew in the fridge? Important. Sharing it with friends? Important. Trying all the different bold flavors of Mountain Dew? Important. Like Mountain Dew Spark? Important. Mountain Dew Major Melon? Important. Mountain Dew Code Red? Important. Mountain Dew Voltage? Important. Mountain Dew Livewire? Important. Doing it all in 20 minutes? Not important. Enjoying the fact that Mountain Dew lets you experience the awesome kick of dew in so many ways? Important. Okay, maybe not as important as knowing your mom's birthday, but important. That's our checklist. Memorize it, because there's gonna be a test. But passing that test, not important. Really, it's not. Experience the boldest flavors on Earth. Do the Dew.
Do you want to have the experience of a lifetime and help a great charity at the same time? If you've ever dreamed of taking a few laps around Talladega Superspeedway, now is your chance. Come join us on Saturday, June 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Track Laps for Charity. For only $50, you can climb behind the wheel of your own vehicle and take 2 laps around the historic Talladega Superspeedway. But if you don't want to take the drive, you can still come out and tour the Talladega Garage experience for free. Bring the kids and enjoy the Game Zone and Kids Zone, or have your picture taken with the famed Vulcan Trophy in Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane. All proceeds from the event benefit the United Way of North Talladega County. You can enjoy a day at the track while also supporting a great organization. That's Saturday, June 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Talladega Superspeedway. To learn more, visit TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. See you at
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Hey, what's up? Welcome in. It is the next round along with Lance Taylor. I'm Ryan Brown from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios. Rockstar is here. How you feeling, Rocky?
I don't sound that great, but I feel better today.
Well, that's good.
Got the news that it is not strep and it is not COVID.
Good.
Well, that's two positives.
Yeah.
It's a monkeypox.
We didn't ask for that. I don't think we were screened for that.
I was just telling Brown that the CDC has raised the alert for monkeypox to level 2, recommending travelers wear masks. So I don't know if me and Leighton are going to be sporting a mask next Monday wherever we're heading out west.
That's going to be the new thing, though. I mean, anytime anything happens, let's go with a mask. Even though the data shows it did really no good at all in the COVID thing.
Well, monkeypox is different, Brown. This is scarier.
It does sound scarier.
It's a scarier name.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
It's got a much scarier name. You're right.
What's scary with, not to get too deep into this, but me and Little Man watched I Am Legend. You brought it up last week.
It's a good film.
And he's a big Will Smith fan. And so, yeah, we put it on Friday night, I think it was. And just looking back at it, I don't know if you've never seen it, right?
I Am Legend? Yeah, I've seen I Am Legend.
Okay. Yeah, you remember the origin is scientist discovers a cure for cancer. And then 2 years later, everybody's breaking out and turning into basically vampires.
Yeah.
That only come out during the day. At night.
At night. Yeah. But it was a vaccine that led to basically the end of the world.
That is a scary movie. You're right.
Well, I mean, really, it's 2007, so 15 years ago. I mean, it was just, I don't want to say it was foreshadowing at all. We're not there.
Yeah.
I still am under the belief that one day a virus will take us all out.
I did not think Outbreak was a good movie at all. But I do remember like some panic after that one. Like anytime a monkey would get loose, everybody would,
Don't let it spit on you.
Yeah, don't let it spit in your eye or whatever it was.
The one thing I remember about that movie was Kevin Spacey had blonde hair.
And he goes down quick.
He did go down
early.
quick.
Dies quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is. it is. Those movies sometimes hit a little too close to home, don't they? You have to remind yourself it's just a movie.
Yeah, right. 28 Days Later. I don't know if you've ever seen that, a Danny Boyle film. It's really, really good.
I've not seen that one.
But yeah, it was funny during the pandemic. I was suggesting, I think Laurel and Lunsford watched some of those end of the world movies. Did you guys not during the pandemic? They did. Yeah. Roommate was like, ain't happening.
Ain't happening. I'm not going to get that close.
The Apocalypse, we're not watching that.
What was the other, the one that was like the number one, it was like Outbreak, Contagion. That was like the number one movie.
Oh, yeah. No,
once COVID started, everybody started watching Contagion. Why? Big
Why?
I don't know.
But Contagion was freaky. And that started from a piece of chicken, did it not? Gwyneth Paltrow?
Piece of chicken.
Yeah, it really was.
Gwyneth got bad chicken?
Yeah, she was, so Matt Damon was her spouse. She was over in somewhere in the Pacific Rim, and she was cheating on him and went to dinner with some dude. Ate some bad chicken, and she brought it back and pretty much wiped out, the society.
I thought salmonella was the worst thing you could get from bad chicken.
Apparently not.
Guess not.
For Gwyneth.
Not for Gwyneth. All right, we got a big show today. You can join us 205-734-0923, 205-734-0923. We've just had the announcement, and we'll get to that in one moment about the Auburn Baseball Super Regional up in Corvallis as Auburn advanced last night. Coming up on the show today, Clay Travis talks to us. I don't know if you saw this, but Clay, all right, so I had some misinformation just in my mind. I don't think we ever said this, but when the story came out about Clay getting tossed in the Little League game, I thought he was coaching. Did you not?
No, I did not think he was coaching.
Okay, I thought he was coaching.
Yeah, I thought he was. I saw him.
Because I knew he was coaching one of his son's teams.
Yeah, my vision was him grasping the chain link fence and just kind of giving it to the ump.
Yeah, he was not coaching. He was in the crowd.
Okay.
That's where he was. He was in the crowd. and yesterday did a video with the umpire that threw him out, who turned out to be an Outkick fan. So they've buried the hatchet, made peace, and done a video about it, which I find fascinating. We'll talk to Clay about that.
Wow, because Clay was basically just running this guy over. Yeah, reversed, ran him over again, reversed, ran him over again.
Yeah. But you know how it always goes. Everybody says, oh, you've got this big platform. This guy doesn't have a platform. And to Clay's credit, used his platform to give the guy a voice. Used his own platform. He's like, I called the guy a loser, but hey, he's, here he is. So we'll talk to Clay about that and some other stuff in the NFL and college football. Also, Marty Smith is going to join us. I always love talking with Marty. Clay at 10, Marty at 11. So that's what's coming up on the show today. And again, your calls at 205-734-0923. Auburn advances over UCLA yesterday. It was a game that took forever to finish, but it had been over a long time. 11-4, Auburn finally closes it out. As you had mentioned, Vanderbilt was right in it with Oregon State, and you had a winner-take-all game where it looked like, hey, if Vanderbilt wins, Auburn's actually going to get to host a Super Regional. Scott's showing you some video of Auburn clinching and heading to the Super Regional, but the Lance, they're going to have to travel to Corvallis because Oregon State came back and won that regional.
Yeah, I saw our buddy Tripp send a tweet out yesterday. Who's going to travel more this week, me or the Auburn baseball team? And I think I'm going further than Auburn.
You're going to have more difficult travel. I think Auburn travels charter since it's an NCAA event. Yeah.
Oregon is underneath the state of Washington, but I think most people were
You're convinced we're sitting in Washington?
I'm convinced.
Okay.
But it would have been so cool for Auburn to be able to host that first Super Regional.
I know.
And again, the leg up they would have had, going out. I mean, Oregon State has become a national power. It's really weird.
I was just thinking of a lot of these, how weird it is that they've gotten good in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, Vanderbilt, Oregon State.
Yeah, Vanderbilt at least, I mean, I don't know that it makes sense because they're in the South, but at least they're in the South. But like Oregon State, it seems like half their season, the weather is just horrid up there.
Yeah, I will tell you this, though. There are a lot of, and I don't know if they go the JUCO route or not. I don't know how they build their program. But I know the Southern California JUCO baseball is really, really good. And most of those guys will grab scholarships to 4 years wherever they can.
Wherever they can, especially Corvallis, Oregon. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine, though, growing up in Southern California, playing JUCO in Southern Cal, and then moving to Corvallis? It's a different world.
Yeah.
Same conference, different world.
Probably would be fun, a getaway for a couple of years to get out of the, the everyday life of
the rat race of Southern California.
Yeah, I mean, Corvallis is one of those places, if it was a 4-hour drive, I'd love to go to it. Now, there's a chance. I was having a conversation with our buddy Brett from New Mexico. Prayers out to him. I've got to fill you in. I just saw you right before the show.
Yeah.
And so we haven't talked yet, but I'll give you guys that update. But he was telling me yesterday that if I do fly into Seattle, Tacoma, that best way is probably busing to Portland, and then I can drive from Portland through Eugene, which would be kind of cool because I've never been to Eugene. And then we'll see where Corvallis is. We might take that stop.
I have. Do you guys do this? Lance is convinced he's going to Washington. I just laugh at it. He's making plans already. Do you guys do this? Do you see a city? And then, like I did, I'll tell you when I've done it with Corvallis, which looks like just a beautiful place. But I know when you Google and you get a Google image, generally you're getting the very best photo of that city, right?
Especially if it's a smaller city like Corvallis.
Like not long ago, I think I was watching one of the hockey games, and one of the hockey playoff games, and I'm like, I think it might have been Edmonton. And I'm like, well, I wonder what Edmonton even looks like. So you Google it and you get that Google image of it, and you're like, oh, okay, that's what Edmonton looks like. That's what their skyline looks like. Like, I can envision the New York skyline, the LA skyline, Atlanta, Nashville, New Orleans. I can envision those skylines. I've been there and seen them, but Calgary, Alberta, Canada, right. I don't know what that skyline looks like.
Don't you visualize everything before you ever see it?
I know. That's why I do that.
If we're doing an event at a certain place and you're going to meet a certain client, I mean, I just... in my head, get this image, and it's always wrong.
I know, but and sometimes you do that Google image search, you're like, wow, Calgary is a bigger city than I imagined. Corvallis looked just like I imagined when I Googled it, when I did the Google image of Corvallis. Rockstar is going to Google it. So those of you that are watching.
Randomly, when I was dating my ex in high school, she went on a ski trip with her family to Calgary. And she brought me a Calgary Flame shirt, which I loved, and I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah.
But how random is that to... hey, we're in Birmingham. We're going to go to Calgary to go ski.
All right, so Rockstar has pulled up the image I Googled.
Yeah,
I mean, tell me that doesn't look like
awesome.
exactly like you expected Corvallis
looks
to
like
look.
the beginning of Beetlejuice.
I mean,
but when I say Corvallis, Oregon, you're like, okay, that looks like Corvallis, Oregon.
You give me enough money right now, I'll move there and live there.
Lance, you're going to need to look at that. You you bitch endlessly about how cold it is in this studio.
I guarantee you Corvallis on average is not as cold as this studio.
Lance, what do you think the temperature is in this studio right now? And don't be high.
No, I'm not. This is probably 68 right now.
68, right.
Normally it's about 65.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good day in Corvallis, I'm afraid.
Okay. I bet Corvallis right now is 71.
Maybe. Here is, we say all of that to say Auburn is going to Corvallis, and we have the start times. Those were announced by the NCAA. Auburn is getting the Saturday, Sunday, Monday Super Regional. I don't know what Auburn fans wanted. I don't know if they had preferred Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or if they wanted Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I don't know that it even matters. You're in the Super Regional, and it's not at your place, so what do you care when it is, right? But it is late. If you want to watch these games, first pitch ESPN2 Saturday, 9:30 Central Time.
See, I like this.
Give you something to watch at night, right?
Something to watch at night, yeah.
Sunday, 9 o'clock Central Time, ESPN2. So you're going to be late for work that day. And then Monday is TBD because obviously it is an if necessary game. You don't know what else is going on Monday. They'll have some rain delays from the Friday, Saturday, Sunday regionals probably that'll be pushing into Monday. So we'll see. But the first two start times, 9:30 Central on ESPN2, and then 9 o'clock Central on ESPN2.
Well, this is not breaking news, but in these best of threes, especially on the road, you need to get game one.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt. They're just so weird, some of these teams. Before I run through these again, Rockstar's guy.
And 5 of the 16 are SEC.
That was going to get to that. 5 of the 16. And if you want to play this game, Texas is about to be an SEC team. They almost had half the Super Regionals.
You see Corvallis over there?
What? High is 72 today? You nailed it.
No, that's the high. Right now it's currently 48.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, yeah. I'm trying to tell you.
I just won't go outside in the morning.
Yeah, you say you're going to live there. You can't even sit in this studio. Rockstar, tell us about your guy, and then I'll run through these regional start times.
My guy's Adam Mestre at MD Realty, who is a third-generation realtor, born and raised in Birmingham, so he knows the area. You want a guy like Adam to find a house for you? Why rent when you could buy? Buying a home is the largest financial decision you will make, so make sure you are using an agent that you can trust to help walk you through the process. Whether you're a first-time homeowner or looking for your forever home, Adam can help. Call Adam Mestre for a free home evaluation at 205-422-0589 or visit mdrealtyllc.com. At MD Realty, we make house calls.
All right, Oklahoma advanced. They are at Virginia Tech. That is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, starting at 2 o'clock Central Friday and then noon on Saturday. Those games will be on ESPN2. In College Station, Louisville at Texas A&M, that is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7:30 Central Time, ESPNU for that one, and then 2 o'clock ESPN2 on Saturday. The Greenville region, Texas at East Carolina. It's another one of those just random. East Carolina is really, really good at baseball, and they don't do much in anything else, but good enough to host a super regional in baseball.
Yeah, do you? Who would you say is the greatest player in East Carolina football history? I got 2 that jump out.
I always forget his name for the Titans. Was the one that your boy? I may be totally wrong.
No, you know.
Chris Johnson?
Yeah, Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
But then the other one was Jeff Blake.
Oh, that's right. I
mean,
he played
East
at East
Carolina for a minute had some pretty good football. For a minute.
Yeah, they weren't bad. Yeah, I don't even know what conference they were in at the time.
I don't really either. Was it CUSA possibly?
I mean, they were in conference. I don't know. I don't know at that time.
No,
it may have been CUSA.
I can never remember East Carolina being anything in basketball.
I remember randomly they played at Jacksonville State when I was in school there, if I remember right. I could be wrong.
They've always had terrible uniforms.
Yeah, they really have. The East Carolina Pirates. So anyway, Texas A&M is at East Carolina. That is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The Knoxville Regional, Notre Dame at Tennessee, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. ESPN2 for that one. 5 o'clock first pitch Friday, 1 o'clock first pitch Saturday on main ESPN Saturday for that one.
Do we expect a battle at all for Tennessee with Notre Dame?
I really don't. I think Tennessee's just that good.
I think Forrester is our resident college baseball guy. Notre Dame got any shot?
Run down their roster, Scott. He says so.
Okay.
I mean, look.
They did lose a game.
Theoretically, the best 8 teams in the country, right?
No, they didn't lose a game. Oklahoma softball lost a game. I keep comparing those two programs.
That's right, for stake bet purposes, right? Chapel Hill for Arkansas, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, starting at 10 a.m. Central Time, ESPN Saturday. So an early first pitch for Arkansas. And then I mentioned Auburn.
I would rather have the 9:35 p.m. first pitch than the 10
I think I would. I think I would be with you on that one. This ought to be a scene right here. Ole Miss at Southern Miss. You know there are those Southern Miss people that hate State and Ole Miss because they won't play them in football. And this is our chance to beat them in baseball. Southern Miss survived LSU in a good regional. They will play a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 3 o'clock first pitch Saturday on ESPNU. And it's either ESPN2 or ESPNU for 3 o'clock Sunday. Ole Miss at Southern Miss. UConn, another random. How did UConn get good at baseball?
I have no idea because, if you're good at baseball, why do you want to go up to Storrs, Connecticut?
Yeah, again, half the baseball season is miserable up there.
Yeah.
UConn at Stanford. They got to go all the way across the country and play late. 9:30 Central, ESPNU Saturday. 6 o'clock Central, ESPN2 or ESPNU on Sunday. So
that's a 12:30 first pitch for them, right?
No, 10:30 Eastern. 10:30 Eastern for UConn. So those are your 8 sites, your 16 teams, and I tell you, man, I don't watch a ton of college baseball. We've talked about that on the show before. Our state teams, until Auburn has gotten good, they haven't really registered a lot over the last couple decades. Alabama and Auburn both had a really good run in the 90s. Both went to Omaha. But since Jim Wells and since Hal Baird, Auburn and Alabama have struggled to find any sort of consistency. Auburn has now under Butch Thompson. He's done a really good job.
And how about Butch saying it's national championship or bust? It's not getting to Omaha.
That's right. I love it. That's the attitude you should have.
I agree.
It's the attitude you should have. So Auburn's still alive. But these I don't watch a ton of baseball, but I caught myself watching some of these regionals. It was very entertaining. A lot of runs, but very entertaining.
Now, what happened with the Louisville controversy yesterday?
I didn't see that. I saw the Maryland controversy where the guy got called out for running too far inside the base path.
Okay.
He wasn't even on the grass. Normally, I think seems like you got to be on the grass to get that call. I did not see the Louisville.
Yeah, it was a bang at first, and they actually reviewed it, and they still called the guy safe.
Okay, so they got review wrong.
Yeah,
got instant replay.
That's according to what I heard. Yeah.
So it should be fun, and that's what you will get coming up on the Super Regionals. The TV ratings are out for the softball. It did pretty well. About 1 million people watching. That's about what watch a USFL game. So the softball TV ratings are really good. So we'll see how good the baseball ratings do. So you've got Tennessee and Oklahoma. Am I right about that? Or does Dunaway have Oklahoma?
No.
Or did y'all even bet on that one?
We did not bet on that one. I've just got Tennessee against the field now. But it's
how you feeling?
It's pared down.
I mean, yeah.
you got 16 teams.
Yeah, Dunaway's down to 7 teams, basically, and Notre Dame.
If Tennessee can get to Omaha, I feel really good about this.
Well, I mean, this, in theory, should be the easiest game they've got left, right?
Yeah.
Notre Dame, I mean, of all the games that they'll play the remainder of this season, in theory, Notre Dame should be the easiest opponent they play.
You've just got to win 2 or 3 at home. I still feel good about this bet.
Yeah. I mean,
I wonder what the odds are currently. I bet they've dropped more. They had to have.
Yeah. I mean, you would think, as you narrow down the field.
Probably plus 225 or plus 250 now.
Yeah.
And I got them at 3-1.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I don't know if many Auburn fans will load up and make the trip to Corvallis. I mean, I don't know that that's one of those that it's easy to plan that one on the fly, right?
I think what I do is I go on and book a room in Omaha.
Yeah, hold my money for Omaha, right?
Yeah, I take my chances there.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the way I play that one too. I think I hold my money for Omaha.
But there's a Monday game in Corvallis.
And if necessary.
A little weather, I might be able to see this
you
one.
Might be able
to catch
to,
it.
Lance. You might be able to. It's kind of like I always talk about with the college football playoff. I think Alabama fans have just started saying, if it's a close enough semifinal, I'll go there. And if the schedule allows, but I'm really just holding my money for the championship game. And I think right now, if you're an Auburn fan, Corvallis seems like an interesting place to go, but I'm saving every dime for Omaha.
Yeah, and I don't know how
that's where
you
want to be
to Corvallis, because I heard it's a pain in the ass to get to Eugene. I guess you would fly into Portland?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know what kind of drive it is from Portland.
I will say it's 3 hours.
You think it's probably a haul, right?
I think 3 hours. Is that all?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
If you've got to fly across the country,
it seems like most any city in America is within 3 hours of a major airport.
Portland to Corvallis, no, not bad at all. Hour and 23 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah, hour and a half, man. That's not bad.
Oh, then I'm going to take my pick. Should I go to Corvallis or should I go to Eugene from Portland? Well, Corvallis is throwing me off. I'm heading towards San Francisco that way.
Oh, you don't want to go that way in your rental car or your train or your bus.
If I can even find a rental.
BHM Legion, Lance has got 2 worries now about this trip: monkeypox and a rental car. I mean,
something, man. Something.
It really is, though, like we're living in an apocalyptic world. You can't get a rental car and you might get monkeypox.
Yeah.
And are you packing for warmth or are you packing for cold?
Well, I can't pack much at all because considering, like, if I was just flying and then flying back, I could pack a really big bag. But now that I've got to drag it around on a train and a bus.
Yeah, up in Washington.
They'll Griff had the trunk.
I know. That's right. Take your trunk. BHMLegion.com is where you go for tickets to tomorrow night's game for the Legion against the Memphis 901 FC. It is at Protective Stadium, downtown Birmingham. Great night. I was looking at the weather. There's a chance of rain, but I think it's going to move out, and you'll get a great night for soccer. 7 o'clock start tomorrow night. Protective Stadium, Memphis in town against the Birmingham Legion. BHMLegion.com to grab tickets. Great fun for the whole family. BHMLegion.com. All right, we've set the table there. We got a lot to get to today, some college football. Did you know that this new golf tour in Saudi Arabia, Dustin Johnson has resigned from the PGA Tour?
Yes, I did know that.
Did you know that that there's a team element to this?
I did know that. I didn't know exactly how it worked, but I think it's teams of 4, right?
Yeah, have you seen the team names? I've got the team names.
No.
Okay. We'll give Lance the team names when we return. I'll go ahead and warn you, there's an element of cheese to this.
I'm not shocked at all. The final member of the field, though, is Phil Mickelson officially.
Well, you knew that was coming, yeah. Phil made it official, but I think everybody knew it was coming. Says he's still going to play the majors. We'll discuss that, and I'll give Lance these team names when we return, and your phone calls, 205-734-0923 on the next round.
All the stories important to us are in one place. Catch the morning rounds each weekday at nextroundlive.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Gutter Cap. Gutter Cap's that patented aluminum cover system that fits over most existing gutters to keep out debris and eliminate that gutter cleaning. It's backed with a lifetime warranty, almost 20-year service record right here in Birmingham. Stay off that dangerous ladder forever. 45% off the retail price now if you call guttercapbirmingham.com. Call my good friend Chris Stewart now, 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. It's Gutter Cap.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin.
Hi, welcome to Culver's.
Just ask our team member, Sarah.
When you order a Culver's Butterburger, you're never just a customer. You're a guest in our home. It's why we cook each Butterburger to order just for you, right down to getting the perfect sear on the beef. That extra care may be a small-town thing, but it's big-time important to us.
Let us serve you with a smile that stretches from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
Wayne's Pest Control has taken pest control to the next level. Ryan Brown here from the Next Round. Keep your home pest-free and rodent-free with Wayne's proprietary Smart System. Smart is a digital, eco-friendly rodent monitoring solution that tells Wayne's you have an unwanted mouse or rodent before you even know about it. Wayne's Smart Service professionals will proactively set up an appointment to take care of that problem, keeping your family and pets safe and healthy. And right now, get $60 off Smart Pet Service with the offer code TNR. Let Wayne's create your happy place. 866-WAYNES1 or call Waynes.com.
Summer of 2022. It's time to do something new. Ocean City, Maryland. And our friends at Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City is ready to welcome you. Kayak from Bayside Beach, swim in the Atlantic, dine at Bayview Bar and Grill, local golf packages, great restaurants, and a lot more. See everything online at residencenoc.com. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook. Do something different this summer. Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City, Maryland.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
When it comes to choosing a dentist, two things are critical: trust and comfort. Ryan Brown here from the Next Round. It's why I tell you about Stone Creek Dental Care. Dentist owned and operated, and Stone Creek Dental Care is the Southeast premier provider of comprehensive dental care with more than 20 locations, including Birmingham, Chattanooga, Huntsville, Trussville, and Montgomery. Stone Creek Dental Care is able to provide a level of quality care you will not find anywhere else. From your basic cleaning to restorative dentistry, cosmetics, and endodontics, Stone Creek Dental Care covers a wide and comprehensive range of dental services for patients of any age. Stone Creek Dental Care Care's mission is to provide the highest quality dental care to every single patient in an environment that exemplifies the highest ethical, personal, compassionate, and professional standards, and to provide the best patient experience possible. Stone Creek Dental Care is currently accepting new patients at all locations, and new patients get a free Chick-fil-A gift card at your first appointment. So visit StoneCreekDentalCare.com to find a location nearest you. StoneCreekDentalCare.com.
The Next Round store is live and loaded. Check out the latest logo t-shirts and hoodies. Get your favorite team colors, the Next Round flag shirt, or grab the popular Y'all Can Have the Rest t-shirts. Go to nextround.store. That's nextround.store.
Start your day online at nextroundlive.com. Get all the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. And it's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com. Anheuser-Busch wants every experience for you around beer to be a good one. And getting home safely is always a priority. So encourage friends to decide to ride, whether it's by being the designated driver, calling an Uber, or taking public transit. You cannot drive drunk if you don't drive there. This message is brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and the Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. We continue on the Next Round. These team names got a little cheese. LT is gonna tell us about growing his hair back, and then we're gonna cover the cheese of these team names.
Cannot wait to hear this. Yes. So with age comes for a lot things falling out for me. A little hair this year. When I noticed that, I asked around. Everyone said, call Dr. Beckenstein. I set up that consultation with Dr. B and his team. They performed the genetic testing to determine the best course of treatment. It's cutting edge, and Dr. B, the only one in the state offering it. He can target an individual's treatment based on their genetics, formulate compounds and prescriptions to their profile. This is an absolute game changer. After I got my results, me and Dr. B had that virtual meeting, went over the options, chose the non-invasive laser treatment, which I did last night for 30 minutes. It will help increase thickness and health of my hair. Excited to see the results in the next few months. Dr. B takes pride in treating each patient personally, applying his expertise to produce those quality results. Make that call today. For 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. B for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. Call Dr. Beckenstein today, 205-319-0316, 205-319-0316. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have the luggage capacity to take my non-invasive laser treatment.
Yeah, I mean, how many days, if you miss, say a week?
I need to do it 3 days a week. Yeah. And, yesterday in our meeting, I said, is it going to be 4 days? And Lunsford was like, I think it's going to be more like 5 days. So I'm probably going to be gone a full week.
Yeah. All right, so here are your team names. Dustin Johnson's team. These are 4-man teams, by the way.
So is he the captain or their captain?
He is the captain. There were 16 captains. Or is that right, 16 captains?
Well, how many? 64 players?
No, there are 12 captains. I'm sorry, 48 players.
Yeah, 12.
Dustin Johnson, they are the 4 aces.
Okay.
Rockstar, you like this so far? 4 aces.
That's pretty good.
Graham McDowell from UAB, they're the Niblicks. Now, a Niblick is like it was the name of one of those really old clubs like the Scottish herders used, when they invented the game back in the day. Ian Poulter, they're the Majestics.
Were they given these names or they selected these names?
I really don't know. I don't envision Dustin Johnson sitting around coming up with this, but I could be wrong. Scott's got the list. They Kevin Na, they are the Ironheads.
I don't even know which one I want. If I had to get one, I guess the 4 aces.
Louis Oosthuizen, Team Stinger.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Martin Keimer, Team Cleeks. Peter Uline, Team Crushers.
Yes, these are like men's softball team names.
They really are. You're right. Phil Mickelson, Team High Flyers, and for some reason it's HY, not HIGH. High Flyers. Sergio Garcia, Team Fireballs.
Ooh, balls. Fireballs.
Please walk out to the Pitbull song. Fireball. Siwon Kim, Team Smash.
I've never heard of the guy.
I haven't either. But you know what I was thinking? I was thinking about looking on DraftKings and seeing if they've got this up. And because I've never heard of that guy and he's a team captain, he's probably a pretty good player, right?
Yeah, might be a little value at him.
Well, yeah, and somebody on the inside's like, this guy can play. Taylor Gooch, Team Torque, and Wade Ormsby, Team Punch.
Do you know Wade Ormsby?
I've heard of him, but could not pick him out of a police
Yeah,
line.
those are terrible names. I don't know which one's the best.
Oh, Crushers by far.
Team Fireball?
Awesome,
you don't
man.
like Team Fireball?
No.
Team Four Aces? Look, I mean, anytime you try to make big changes to any sporting event, they've got logos?
Oh, my God.
I didn't know they had logos,
Look at
Scott.
Fireballs.
I didn't know they had logos. Please wear jerseys.
Look at the smash. I mean, this is ridiculous. I can't even tell you which is the best logo. Well,
What?
probably Torque because it's Ukraine colors.
And
Rams.
Happens to
The
be Rams
world
colors.
champion Rams.
That's
Did you hear
right.
about Aaron Donald? Did you hear about that?
I did hear about
Okay.
Aaron Donald. Yes. Good news. Great news. The logos are awfully as bad.
The High Flyers looks like they took the Mets logo and just rearranged like the sticks of the letters and made their own logo.
It's almost the soccer. What is the soccer league called? MLS?
Yeah.
MLS meets WNBA logos.
Yeah, I could see that a little bit. Wow, this is
But I will tell you this: I don't know what's the best, but the worst is the Fireballs.
You're going to see you do. I can't tell you the best. I can absolutely tell you the
a
worst.
golf ball with a bunch of teeth with sunglasses and flames coming off of it.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. It does that. You're right. The Fireballs, nothing looks more like a men's softball league jersey than the Fireballs. The name and the logo.
And then Smash is something you would see in Family Circus on a Sunday in the paper, right?
I just don't. Look, anytime you make a change in a sport, like anytime, say like the USFL comes on the scene, or I'll give you a good example. When the XFL came on the scene and they did that race to the middle of the field for the ball, you remember that? Yeah. It's going to get destroyed. Even if it's a great idea, it's going to get destroyed because it's a new idea, right? Often new ideas get destroyed. The whole team element to this, just don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to get destroyed because it's a new idea. But I just don't know if I like it.
I just wonder if anybody's actually outside of you is going to go to YouTube to watch this.
And I'm not even certain I will.
We got a call from the coach. Wimp wanted to know: it's not teams. Is this still individual playing?
It is individual, but they're also participating as teams.
Okay, he wanted to make that clear that this is not teams. It is individuals doing stroke play.
It is. That is correct. But I think they're drafting.
Well,
Dustin Johnson gets to draft 3 other guys. They're doing a snake draft, and then they will also have a team element to it. Yeah. No, but Coach Wimp is right. It is ultimately individual stroke play, but they're going to have a team element.
Okay, team element, but the individual is how you win the money, right? So is there a team prize? And with all the purse is gigantic.
The purse is massive, so I'm sure there's prizes for everything.
Yeah, okay.
The report came out yesterday. Dustin Johnson, we'll get to the phones in a second, 205-734-0923. Dustin Johnson has officially resigned for the PGA Tour. The report came out yesterday that this tour went after Tiger Woods. Did you see the estimated amount that they offered him?
Well,
now
okay,
supposedly Dustin Johnson's getting $150 million.
Okay, if he's getting $150 million, and what did Greg Norman get to chair this thing?
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. Supposedly they were wanting Nicholas for $100 million, so I'm assuming Greg Norman got somewhere in that neighborhood.
Tiger probably $500 million.
They estimated it at I think Greg Norman actually said it high 9 figures. Or, no, wait a minute. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. High 9 figures. Approaching $1 billion.
Yeah. I think I would have taken it. Of course,
Tiger's net worth is $1.1 billion estimated.
Yeah, I guess you really can't spend that.
You can. I mean, what's another billion? So, all right. So, I mean, seriously, though, if your net worth was $1.1 billion, and I said, hey, I got a shady deal, and I can make you $2 billion, does that even register to you?
No, probably not. I mean, look, Tiger's taken enough PR hits to begin with.
Yeah.
And he's trying to have a little redemption with that image. So probably not worth it for Tiger.
Yeah.
DJ don't care.
DJ does not give a rip.
Resigning from the PGA Tour. Now, how in the hell does he plan? I know you've got a 10-year exemption into the U.S. Open because of the 2017 victory. His 2020 Masters victory got him a 5-year exemption into the Open and to the PGA Championships through 2026. But if you're resigning for the PGA Tour, don't you have to be part of the tour to actually...
Not in the majors, no.
Okay.
No, not at all. The players is the only thing that would affect him on the
So
players.
do you think he'll still be able to play in these majors?
They haven't ruled yet. They are on a slippery slope. I think he will, yeah. I think he will. I think everybody's fearful of the fact that they don't have the legal standing to bar these guys.
Look, I mean, people are probably torn on this. I'm indifferent when it comes to Dustin Johnson, but I think it brings more intrigue if some of these guys are able to play in these majors.
Yeah, because there's going to be some hurt feelings. And things
you
like
just
that.
wonder how other people,
no, you're right. How the
playing partners are going to act like.
Eric is in Eugene. He is up next with us on the next round. What's up, Eric? How are you today?
What's up, fellas? How are y'all?
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Yeah, all this Portland and Corvallis and Eugene talk. I'm on my way to work, Eugene, right now. So, actually, my counterpart in our Portland office, him and some of the boys went to the Sports Bra. Oh gosh, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So he's a Texas boy originally, so we kind of got the Southern connection up here in Oregon. But the report that I got back was A, the food's pretty good, it's all right. B, if you're a single guy, it's not the place to go for prospects.
As Tom Cruise said, target-rich environment. It is not a target-rich environment.
I can only imagine.
It is not. A lot of bogeys out there. Hey, to kind of give your Alabama folks an idea, so Corvallis is I akin it to Auburn. It's almost exactly like Auburn. The town looks the same. It's a big agricultural college. There's a lot of farming in Oregon. So if you're a farmer, you kind of go to Corvallis. Lance, when you're there, you'll feel at home. See some lifted up trucks with some big tires.
Okay, good. I'm looking forward to it. I just don't know how the hell I'm going to get home.
Oh, we can help you out. We got, like I said, we got a little Southern connection up here.
We might have the cart before the horse in this discussion. I'll just go ahead and say that.
It's a cool town. Portland is, I don't know, you're going to land in Tacoma. I would probably get through Portland as quick as I could to Corvallis and then Eugene. So Eugene and Corvallis are pretty cool towns. Portland, we go there for like concerts. I think my wife's going to see Hamilton with a daughter. But yeah, you don't just kind of breeze through Portland. It's a little different, man. There's some areas there that we call them the Wookiees have kind of taken over. So
I've heard
dreadlocks and the armpit hair.
Yeah, I've heard Seattle, Portland, much different than they used to be. But hey, if I do get sent out to the Pacific Northwest, please hit me up on Twitter because might need some help.
Yeah, I will. I might can get you a tour of the football facility here in
yeah.
Mike. I don't have the clout to make that call, but I do have friends that do. So we toured it about 2 weeks ago. Got to meet Lanning and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll give you a shout. And nothing else can point you to some good restaurants.
Yeah,
and stuff.
please do,
Beautiful
man.
Reser Stadium, LT.
Reser, they're redoing Reser. They blew the north end of it up about 2 months ago, and they're redoing it. It's a crap hole. Now Reser's no fun. It's horrible to go watch a game there because the fans are generally getting their butts kicked. Even last year they had a good year. We went and watched a game, and it's just not a lot of fun. Austin's fun. Austin's a fun stadium. It's not SEC like, but it's cool. They do the shout thing in the fourth quarter, and the duck comes out on the motorcycle, and you can order beer to your seat, so that always helps.
Oh, wow, I did not know that about Austin Stadium.
Preferential treatment for Ducks fans.
Man. All right.
Oh, yeah, boys. Hey, 2 at a time. They crack the top for you before they give them to you.
Wow.
2 at a time.
You just do it on your phone? You can order on your phone?
Yeah. GoDucks.com. You order on your phone. You have your seat and all like pre-logged in, and yeah, usually it's within 10 minutes. Usually, here comes your couple beers.
Wow. Eric,
Alan Green and Greg Byrne listening.
We haven't got an update on that, right? That story kind of went quiet.
It did die.
Yeah, we need to dig into that.
But I mean, if you're going to do it right. It sounds like Oregon's got it dialed in.
Yeah, because I don't think they ever ended up doing it at basketball games, did they? Did it get stopped? So they never did it at Bama basketball games. They were supposed to do it at Bama baseball games. And then that was going to lead into the Alabama football games. Auburn never, I don't think, announced a plan.
Yeah, I think the city of Tuscaloosa got too greedy, remember?
Well, I do remember that. Yes, I remember that discussion because Greg Byrne was on our show, and that was when he talked about that plan. We're going to try it at the last 4 home basketball games and then do it at the baseball games and then transition into football. And shortly after that, was when the whole we're going to have more taxes or more money from the school from Walt Maddox came out. And then Walt came on the show and explained his side of it. And then much like this show does, we moved on to discussing pie or cake, and we forgot about the story.
Yeah. Well, I
don't know where we stand on that.
Well, it's something we'll probably talk about at SEC Media Days.
That's true. Kevin says the logos are more like Korean baseball.
I
could
see that a
or
little
World
bit.
League football, yeah.
Remember gambling on Korean baseball from my basement for a little bit?
Yeah. Lunsford has looked it up. He goes, the pool for the individual field purse is $20 million in this first event, and then they've got $5 million for the top 3 teams. So
$20 million for the individual in this one event?
Yeah, to pay 48 places. Yeah, $20 million.
Okay.
Yeah, to pay 48 places. I think the winner's taking home 4.5. If I read right.
But that's larger than any major.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get that kind of person on the PGA Tour. Yeah, so 4.5 for the winner. I think the team idea is so you're not going to have a cut. So the guy that's 48th, at least he's got something to play for, right? If I go shoot a 67 on Sunday, the last day may help my team.
And you need everybody playing.
That's right. Well, yeah. Well, 48 guys, you need everybody to, carry their load. Smuff says Walt Maddox is listening intently, writing new legislation to levy new taxes. Oh, Walt, he's not going to live that one down, is he?
No.
Yeah. Lunsford says last place gets $120,000. That ain't bad, man.
No.
48th. I finished 48th, make $120,000.
I mean, for some people, though, saying these guys are selling their souls, I don't know if $120,000 is worth it.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming they probably got a little bit up front, too, to sell their soul. I'm assuming.
So everybody...
I think probably everybody got a little bit.
Yeah.
Not everybody got Dustin Johnson money, but this tour needed to have 48 players.
But a guy like Taylor Gooch to leave the PGA.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had to get something. I don't think he just did it to chase, finishing last and making $120,000. The show brought to you in part today by Hemp Hill Plumbing. When something's not running right, flowing right, draining right, or flushing right, disaster could strike at any moment. We've experienced that on this show. All of us who've used Hemp Hill Plumbing, you can as well. It's the name Birmingham's trusted since 1954. Hemp Hill Services, call now 205-229-2090. 205-229-2090 for Hemp Hill Services. This is the next round.
Follow Sean Lunsford on Twitter @JLuntz.
This hour of the next round is presented by Culver's, now hiring full and part-time at the Tattersall Park location off 119. Health and dental insurance and $14 to $16 per hour for full-time hires. Apply in-store or online at culvers.com.
ERA King has the new Guaranteed Move program, which lets you compare instant offers with open market offers so you can choose how and when to sell your home. You can close with a quick cash offer, no showings, and no open houses, or you can explore multiple offers through a traditional listing. Available only through ERA King. Guaranteed Move puts you in control. Visit movewithking.com or text MOVE to 35620. To learn more, that's MOVE, M-O-V-E, to 35620.
Fire damage to your home or business is something you never want to consider. Ryan Brown here from the next round. But in the horrible event it happens, Dry Tech is here to help. They respond quickly and will reply to you within 20 minutes when you call 205-637-0143. They're working for you, the customer, not the insurance company. They've got 5 crews ready to go 24/7. Don't call the insurance company first. Call Dry Tech. Just remember this website, mydrytech.com. That is mydrytech.com.
Little sweet, did you make it out the door on time?
Yeah, but I have lipstick on my teeth.
Ooh, that color looks great on you. And you deserve a tasty treat. Did you take an alternate route and avoid 30 seconds of traffic? Or did you weather apple eye? Ooh, and now you're sweating in your jacket. So sweet, unique. Baby, there's nothing better. I bet you've probably done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper. Did you nail the high note while singing along to your favorite song? Yes, I did. Did you perfectly parallel park without bumping any bumper?
Yeah, but I locked my keys in the car.
That's okay.
I need my keys, little sweet.
Did you get to get in the car seat without losing your temper? Buckle in, that's a win. It's one of a kind, it'll blow your mind. Everyone's done something that deserves a Dr. Pepper.
Did you tweak your shoulder pulling down the attic ladder? Feel a pop in your elbow working out? Or feeling pain in your knees getting up from the couch at halftime? Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics has 9 locations in the Birmingham metro area, affiliated with Brookwood Baptist Health, to get your life back on track. Your health can't wait. Call Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics at 855-219-6200 or visit precisionsportsortho.com.
The Next Round is proud to partner with Vulcan Tire and Auto, and we're excited to announce their first-class team and facilities are growing. If you are an experienced general maintenance technician looking for a new opportunity with a great growing company, go by Vulcan Tire. They want to talk to you. Not experienced, but interested in working on cars? Again, go by Vulcan Tire. They have a spot for anyone that has a can-do attitude, wants to work, and enjoys helping people. 4 locations and more to come. Vulcan Tire and Automotive, Moody, Trustful, Hoover, and Gardendale, VulcanTireandAuto.com.
For one of Birmingham's best beer selections since 2016, come check out our friends at the Beer Hog. With 64 local, regional, and international craft beers on tap, there is something for everyone. Plenty of TVs to watch all the games while you enjoy some of their fresh-baked pizzas and delicious appetizers. The Beer Hog also has wines on tap and a full bar with great signature cocktails. Don't forget about the large selection of packaged beer and growlers to go. Follow us on Facebook or just stop by the Beer Hog located 2408 Pelham Parkway. Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and our entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Drunk driving prevention is a priority at Anheuser-Busch. You can't drive drunk if you don't drive there. Encourage friends to join in the pledge to Decide to Ride on DecideToRide.com. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and The Next Round. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast. The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast like Bama and Bourbon, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
We continue on the Next Round. If you weren't with us to start the show, Auburn, heading to Corvallis, gets the Saturday, Sunday, Monday region. Of course, Monday, the F game. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, late night baseball. You'll get to stay up late and watch a little late night baseball. Lord knows I've watched plenty of post 9:30 football in the city of Corvallis and other cities around there, so baseball will be no different.
It always seems a little, I don't want to say smoky, a little foggy.
It really does, doesn't it? Yeah. It seems like Corvallis and Pullman get a lot of fog.
Yeah. Would you rather go to a game in Pullman or Corvallis?
Rockstar Pullman's another one I've Googled. Google Pullman, Washington. Do the Google image of Pullman,
I think
Washington.
they're very similar.
Yeah, they are. I told you when you Google, as Rockstar does this, I'll remind you, I told you when you Google Corvallis, it looks just like you think Corvallis would look.
Look at multiple bridges that close, though.
Yeah, in Corvallis, it splits off. It goes over that beautiful creek.
You get that
creek.
Like over the Cahaba here on 280, right?
I just call that a creek. It's more than a creek, Ryan. It's a river. Let's see, Rockstar. I think it's that one right there that I pulled up of Pullman, yeah. I mean, that looks like a college town, right? Pullman, Washington.
Looks small.
They look like beautiful towns out there. I'd like to go.
The problem is getting there.
I think, Lance, I would go to Pullman, Washington instead of Corvallis, Oregon. Don't know that, but I think that's what I would do.
I think I would go to Corvallis just because it's closer.
I'll tell you a place I've always wanted to go to a game, but first let me tell you that Father's Day is right ahead of us. And Nichols Outfitters has a very unique opportunity for a great Father's Day gift. From now until Father's Day, any purchase of a Christensen Traverse rifle enters you into a contest to win a Christensen Arms Ranger 22 rifle right alongside it. If you have an outdoorsman in the household, or if you are that outdoorsman, drop the hint that this is the kind of thing that would put a smile on your face. A Christensen rifle. Enter to win another when you buy the Christensen Arms Ranger, or when you buy the Christensen Traverse. Enter to win the Arms Ranger 22, Nichols Outfitters, I-65 in Pelham. I have always wanted to go to a game at BYU. I have watched a lot of those games late night too. Wyoming and BYU. I don't get as much Wyoming anymore, but man, there's many a college football Saturday night that has ended in Laramie, Wyoming for me. But BYU looks like a gorgeous stadium.
Yeah, I want to go to a BYU day game.
Really?
Yeah, just for those mountains.
Yeah.
But Wyoming, I want to go at night for whatever reason.
You get a lot of night games at BYU. I remember
a lot of snow in Laramie too.
Yeah, you do. Those late season games in Laramie look miserable. But yeah, that is one of the places I've always wanted to go watch a game. Is go to a game at BYU. There's just something appealing about those late night places that you watch football, that you stay up and watch. They never look like. Well, I shouldn't say never. A lot of times it just doesn't look like the atmosphere comes anywhere close to a great SEC atmosphere. They seem a little muted. but they still look like a great place to go.
Yeah, how much better would Boise be if it was a green field?
Yeah, I think the blue fill would be off-putting to me.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the city of Boise.
Yeah, I've heard it's a nice city.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you Google it.
Tripp says if you get shipped to the Pacific Northwest, which I am, then I should check out Ashland, Oregon, which is in southern Oregon, close to the California border, small college town with a fun vibe. Sounds like a good time. Would love to go, but the problem is I'm getting further away from Birmingham if I go that route. So you're telling me I'm not going to Washington?
I didn't say you're not going to Washington, but I said you might be getting the cart before the horse making plans. I mean, I don't think I would just, assume we're sending you to Washington. Cody says he's been to Pullman 2 years ago. It is a beautiful area. The countryside in summer looks like Ireland. How about that? Ireland?
Never been to Ireland, but
yeah, I've always wanted to go there too.
Going next week.
We got to know it's lower 48. We can't send him to Ireland. Rockstar lower 48 for that. Ireland is one of those places I've always wanted to go.
If we would have done outside of the lower 48, would I be going international?
I wonder where we would send him if we could do it any country. Like how.
I mean,
you guys probably would have sent me somewhere in Mexico. I probably would have got beheaded or something.
Montezuma's revenge.
That's a tough, outside of the resort.
I mean, you just lost the bracket challenge. But what you dead?
I know, but I'm just saying, if you guys got really creative.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could have sent him a lot of creative places. We're not going to do that. Oh, by the way, Rockstar and one of our viewers mentioned Ireland. I'm not going to say it's our first international shirt sighting. I think we've had other ones, but I think it's our first one in France. There's a photo in France of one of our next round listeners wearing his T-shirt in front of the Jalais Mosier.
Oh my!
I don't know what it is. I'm just making up things that sound French.
It is the Louvre.
Is that the Louvre?
Yeah.
Boy, they're doing some work on it. Man, construction's everywhere right now.
Yep. Bobby, that is Bobby right there. It is construction is everywhere. Bobby wearing his next round shirt, his Auburn, maybe not Auburn version, City of Auburn, not University of, version of the next round shirt right there in front of the Louvre. Did I say it right that time, Rockstar?
The Louvre.
The Louvre. Always send us your photos.
Chances Bobby gets stopped over there. Hey, where'd you get that shirt?
Yeah. Is that Alabama?
Excuse me, where did you get that shirt?
I love that show. Always send us your photos wearing the next round gear out and about, and we'll put them up there in the show. We love seeing it. Is it not the Louvre? What is it?
Notre Dame.
That's Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think it's Notre Dame.
Where's
when it's
that
football.
hunchback? That's a crazy fellow.
Lou Holt's up in here?
Yeah.
Hey, so Rockstar mentioned it earlier. Thank you, Lunsford. It's not the Louvre, it's Notre Dame. Rockstar mentioned earlier, Aaron Donald signs a new deal yesterday. This is a guy that had at least openly discussed retirement. I didn't think he was legitimately considering retirement. But he's clearly not now because he's about to make a bundle playing football for 3 years.
Yeah, look, the first 9 quarterback to eclipse $30 million per season, $40 million raise over the next 3 years. And he's got an option after the first 2 years. If he can retire or he can return for 2024, and he's guaranteed an additional $30 million. It's a pretty damn good deal for Aaron Donald. Well-deserved, though.
I mean, he's the best player in the NFL. I think the only question becomes, with salary caps, can you survive paying this much to a defensive lineman?
Well, I mean, we're going to see because the Rams, their next guy that they've got to lock in is Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
Because Cooper Kupp's coming up on a big deal.
He's going to demand top 5 receiver money, right? Which is going to be somewhere near $20 million.
No, well, Tyreek Hill just got $30 million.
I know. Devontae Adams is getting what?
28.5.
28.5. So it's going to be north of 20 then. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Cooper Kupp's agent, I'm asking for right around $30 million.
Yeah.
So you're right. I don't know if the Rams are going to be able to. They'll have to work this out somehow, and they'll have to get creative with the contracts. But that's a priority. Obviously, Aaron Donald was a priority, and I saw, along with Lawrence Taylor, the only guys to win like NFL Rookie of the Year, to win 2+ time Defensive Player of the Year, to win a Super Bowl, but it was just him and Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's an incredible player, and I am not arguing that he's the best player in the NFL. Look at what you're laying out here. Jalen Ramsey's the best defensive back in the NFL, perhaps. I can't remember his contract situation.
Paying him a fortune.
You're paying him a fortune right now. At some point, Matt Stafford's going to say, wait a minute, this is quarterback's league. It's not a defensive tackles league.
Yeah,
this is not a
I just switched my phone plan.
Yeah, I just switched my phone plan. I still love my old one, but I'm very happy with my new one, but I want to get paid. I mean, how many years does Matt Stafford have left to play?
Stafford is 34, so hell, he could play 6 more years.
Yeah, he's going to get a new contract, and what's that contract going to look like, right?
Going to at least be $40 million a year.
I mean, you guys don't have any. It's a weird situation. You don't have any draft picks. You never draft.
Yep.
So it's not like you're building a roster because you never draft.
But those are the guys you want to pay on those rookie contracts.
That's right. That's how you make it in the league is you draft right and you get a guy that plays for 4 or 5 years under a rookie contract before you have to give him big money. So I just don't know business-wise how this is going to work for the Rams. It's going to be fascinating to watch. You've got a collection of the best players in the NFL, but you're now having to pay them like they're the best players in the NFL.
I think the Rams window is the next 2 or 3, maybe 4 years.
Yeah, because you just can't. This is not. I don't think this is survivable.
Yeah,
I don't think this
you can't sustain this.
Yeah,
no
in this world of the NFL, I just don't.
But again, the Rams got what they wanted. They got a Super Bowl, so they got in front of it. They thought they would get a Super Bowl in the next 2 or 3 years, but they've already gotten one. So you're really playing with house money now.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. Lance, tell us about Gutter Cap Clay Travis coming up on the other side of the break. We'll talk with him about his meeting with a Little League umpire and some NFL and college football as well, but cap those gutters.
Yes, it is a patented aluminum cover system. It fits over most existing gutters, keeping debris out. If you want to eliminate gutter cleaning forever, it's backed with a lifetime warranty. We're going to have some rain, unfortunately, in the area over the next couple of days. You want to keep the gutters clean and free-flowing. The answer is Gutter Cap. Right now, 45% off the retail price for all of the next round viewers and listeners. Call my good friend Chris Stewart now, 205-823-2212. That's 205-823-2212, or online, guttercapbirmingham.com. Cap it, don't snap it, Gutter Cap.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by Culver's, now hiring full and part-time at the Tattersall Park location off 119. Health and dental insurance and $14 to $16 per hour for full-time hires. Apply in-store or online at culvers.com.
There's nothing I like more than a unique, delicious meal, and that's what you get at Champy's world-famous fried chicken right on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Those great full fried chicken plates, the tenders, the po' boys, but I love the Southern staple chicken on a stick. It's perfect for a tailgate or watching the big game. And then the authentic Mississippi Delta recipe, homemade tamales, the best I've ever tasted. See the whole menu or order online at champyschicken.com. For Blues, Brews, and Bird, it's Champy's Chicken, Highway 119, Alabaster. Banking isn't just about your money, it's about you. It's about getting help with what you need when you need it. AmFirst was founded for members just like you, and they've been putting those members first since 1936. Putting you first means services that grow and change with the times to serve you better. Now, every bank has their own app, but that's just it. It's theirs, not yours. The AmFirst app was made for you, so it's easy to pay bills, deposit checks, or transfer money to friends and family from anywhere. You can even customize the app, which means you can personalize your dashboard, create usage alerts, and redeem points for rewards that will make you feel like the #1 priority you are. And you can do it all on your own time. So what are you waiting for? Get the app made for you from AmFirst. Visit any AmFirst location or amfirst.org today. That's amfirst.org. America's first federal credit union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey parents, is your son or daughter moving to Tuscaloosa this fall? Consider investing versus paying thousands in apartment rent. Lance Taylor here to tell you about our friend Tyler Bigby. Tyler is an award-winning realtor that helps parents find properties to save them thousands. Tyler also specializes in game day condos and residential homes. Find out today why Tyler is rated #1 by RateMyAgent.com for Tuscaloosa County. Call 205-826-6476 for Tyler Bigby, the Advantage Realty Group. Once again, 205-826-6476. 476. Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation, 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them The Next Round sent you, 969-8100 or Michelson. LaserVision.com.
Anheuser-Busch wants every experience for you around beer to be a good one. And getting home safely is always a priority. So encourage friends to decide to ride, whether it's by being the designated driver, calling an Uber, or taking public transit. You cannot drive drunk if you don't drive there. This message is brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Birmingham Budweiser, and The Next Round. Anheuser-Busch. St. Louis, Missouri.
The Double Down Media podcast family is live and full of content for all ages. The Mystery Fifth Hour gives the Next Round host a chance to talk about everything but sports. Pour a glass of Bama and bourbon, our weekly college football conversation while sipping some of the most interesting pours in the bourbon world. And our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call. LT takes off the gloves for an in-depth conversation with stars like Taylor Hicks, presented by Redmond Vodka. Find those podcasts and more by searching The Next Round on Apple, Spotify, and on our website, nextroundlive.com.
Want more of the show? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family, all at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com. The latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com. That's nextroundlive.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
It is a weird sentence I didn't know I would say at any point, but the summit between Clay Travis and a Little League baseball umpire happened yesterday. We'll get details on that in a moment when Clay joins us. After Lance tells you about our friends at Mortgage Right.
Yeah, Mortgage Right puts the M in mastery when it comes to purchasing a new home, so let them make home ownership a possibility for you. Landing a mortgage is priority number one when you want to buy a home, and with Mortgage Right, it doesn't have to be a hassle. They will give you the tools, information, and expert help to make home ownership happen. If you've been thinking about purchasing a new home, now is the time to act. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR. Start that home buying journey today. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
Clay Travis is the founder of Outkick, at Clay Travis on Twitter. You see him on Fox Sports. He's with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. What's up, Clay? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Doing great. Thanks a lot. I first saw Withrow and Hutton interviewing this Little League umpire, and I found it interesting that he said, I didn't know Clay was there. I recognized him right away, and I really only tossed him because he used an F-bomb. And he even said he really wasn't even that unhinged. He said, I have seen parents far more upset than Clay was. First of all, I thought you were coaching. I did not realize you were just a fan that was tossed.
Yeah, I was in the crowd. I've coached a lot of Little League games over the years. Yeah, I think the umpire, we had an umpire summit yesterday on the Outkick 360 show. The umpire is an Outkick fan and a fan of mine, so he's clearly got great taste in media. But I think he made the wrong call on batter interference, and so this is the way. I mean, LT, you've been to a lot of games with me over the years, and no matter what level, if I'm watching and I think something unexpected or awful happens in terms of a decision being made by an official, or a player does something real crazy, like, when Joe Milton ran out of bounds into the Ole Miss game against Tennessee, I generally react just as I'm watching, and a lot of times I use an F-bomb. Not like a insult F-bomb, not like F you, but like, oh, you've got to be effing kidding me, right? And that's what I said in the crowd at the Little League game.
What was the reaction from Laura, from your kids, and from the other parents sitting around you?
Laura was actually pleased that I didn't continue the argument. She was surprised that I just went ahead when the guy tossed me. I just said, okay, I'm out. I was with my parents, so my 77-year-old parents were there with me watching the game. I think one was on one side of me, the other was on the other side. No parents have, said, I think a couple of parents, because immediately said, you can talk about this on your radio show. And a couple of parents were like, well, positive if he listens to the show. Nothing around anybody that I'm regularly in contact with. Most people who I'm friends with were like, yeah, that totally sounds like something that you would do. And, or, I've heard you at SEC games or NFL games or high school games back in the day, behaving in a similar fashion. So look, I mean, I think the reason why I have the audience that I do and why Outkick has the audience that it does is there's really not that much difference between what I say on the radio and what I say in real life. And that, I think, is why our content connects with so many people, because a lot of people in media, I mean, I think just frankly aren't that authentic in terms of what they're actually like versus what they pretend to be like in the media stratosphere, so to speak.
You bring up your parents, and it reminds me of a segment you used to do with your mom where she would read like, was it mean tweets?
Yeah. My mom has she's like I said, about to be next month, 78 years old. Deep Southern accent. She was actually born in Birmingham and grew up in Chattanooga. So she has a deep, Southern woman's accent. And so she also got a pretty good sense of humor. And so we would do segments where my mom, in her deep, mom's Southern accent, her voice would read vile things that people were sending me on Twitter, and people absolutely loved it. So she had a good sense of humor about it. And a lot of times she would, read them and then react and say, I don't even know what this means. Like, so that was a very, very popular segment.
I'll give you credit for this. Clay Travis is with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. And look, you know this, Clay. Not everybody likes you. Not everybody in our audience likes you. We have people that don't like that we have you on. We have people that love that we have you on, right? But I think anyone has to give you credit for this. Anytime something like this happens, a lot of people say, well, Clay's got this massive platform. This other guy's got no voice. You actually gave him a voice on your platform. I mean, not everyone would have done that to say, hey, look, you come on the platform I own, my name is on, and you've got your voice, you tell your side of the story.
Yeah, look, and also some people would say, well, why would you even mention this? That's what I do, right? I mean, if something embarrassing happens to me, it's not like I'm like, hey, I'm the baddest ass on the planet. I got kicked out of a Little League baseball game. But I mean, we've opened up phone lines. If I had been still doing a traditional sports radio show, we would have opened up phone lines and taken Little League calls for hours on the show, and it would have been wildly popular because like even the umpire came on and he's like, yeah, I've tossed, I don't know, 5 or 10 people out. Those people probably haven't ever told the story about how they got tossed out of a Little League game. And so I try to be honest about what's going on in my life, sometimes good or bad. I mean, you're talking to a guy who lost $50,000 trying to sell SEC colored pants and wrote about it, right? So I've had a lot of successes, but I've also had a lot of failures. And basically, I just I come on and tell the truth as I see it.
We don't talk a lot of college baseball, but super regionals are set. 5 SEC teams, including your Tennessee Volunteers. Before the regionals, I did a stake bet with Dunaway where I was getting +3. So 3 stakes to 1 stake. I took Tennessee against the field. How do you feel now that there's 16 teams left, Tennessee hosting a super regional against Notre Dame? Would you take Tennessee at this point against the field?
I bet them earlier this year around 3-1 where you did, but man, it's tough. I mean, it's a lot like the NCAA tournament, right? Where you can have just a bad game, bad pitching. Baseball is so arbitrary in terms of whether somebody gets a couple of unexpected hits, you make a couple of errors. I think, though, the pressure diminishes. I'm curious if you guys would agree with me. The further into the tournament you go. And what I mean by that is if you're a big prohibitive favorite, you don't want to lose, let's NCAA tournament style, in the round of 1 versus 16. You certainly don't want to lose the 1 versus 8 game. But as you advance, you get more comfortable because there isn't as much pressure. Once you make the Final Four, you want to win the championship. But if you lose, I think that pressure is gone because the Final Four is seen as such a destination. I feel like if Tennessee can get to the College World Series, right, just get there, that they will win it. And I feel good about their chances to get past Notre Dame this coming weekend in the Super Regional. And if that happens, then I feel very good about Tennessee as one of the 8 teams there, because I think they'll be the best team. Got a little bit of a taste of the College World Series last year. It's a bit like advancing to the Final Four. You're going to be disappointed if you don't win the championship. But also, we count how many College World Series appearances you have been to, just like we kind of do Final Fours. So if they get to the College World Series, I feel good about them being the best team, the last team remaining standing once they get there.
Clay Travis with us from Outkick on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. JD on Twitter wants us to ask you about Jordan Beck. He was caught on video apparently flipping a bird as he rounded first on the walk-off. This team has, as somebody said the other day on our chat room, this team knows they're the villains, and they are absolutely leaning into it. They're not trying to be the nice guys. They know everybody hates them except people wearing the orange, and they're just going to lean right into that.
Yeah, I don't discount at all that they are completely owning this villain label. Tony Vitello, I think, has played that up a little bit, and their behavior on the field. Now, I would say in general, it's wild to compare the way that the college kids play compared to Major League Baseball, for instance. There's just way more exuberance. There's way more trash talking. There's way more bat flipping. The college game, to me, is a lot more entertaining than the Major League Baseball game. Now, the players aren't as good, and there are certainly issues that the game that you could raise. There are a lot more errors. You can win a game 20-14 sometimes when you run out of pitchers. But I think it's wildly entertaining. And what exactly the standard of acceptable behavior is on the field seems to be shifting quite a lot in college baseball, because it used to be, oh my goodness, if you flip a bat, that's unacceptable. Now it seems as if the guys really kind of revel in it. Same thing when they get hits, the way they celebrate a double, for instance, or a big hit. There is a level of, I would say, celebration that I'm not used to in baseball, but I tend to think makes it really fun.
Yeah.
And by the way, unlike let's say basketball or football, where there's a pretty established rules as to what is allowed and what is considered taunting and what is not. To my knowledge, I don't believe there is any particular rule that has been put in place for college baseball. You can't high step into the end zone, for instance, in college football, or at least you're not supposed to. You can't throw up a hand sign as you score in college football. In baseball, you can do all sorts of interesting things on a home run trot, or you can do all sorts of interesting things with your bat when you hit a home run. So at some point they may have to address that, but so far, and I stress so far, it hasn't led to any sort of violence, which is what they were afraid of in basketball and football, and why they put the anti-taunting rules in, because that made it more likely for guys to get fired up and end up wrestling, throwing punches at each other, whatever the situation might be on both the football and basketball fields. I think you'll probably have at some point in baseball, just based on the way these guys are celebrating, a big team bench clearing brawl, and they'll go back to the drawing board and they'll say, okay, we're going to rein it in. But so far, to my knowledge, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there's any explicit policy that has been put in place about what exactly constitutes taunting.
I haven't seen it, but they allow the umpires some leeway. I don't know if you saw this video, and I want to say it was East Carolina, but I will accept that I could be wrong about that. The kid hits a big home run and is kind of admiring it. He's walking it a little bit, and the home plate umpire literally removes his mask and pushes the batter up the line to make him start running. I mean, so they do give their umpires a little leeway to officiate that. But I'm with you. I don't know if any rules are put into play. I don't like that, by the way. I don't know that we need the umpire pushing a guy up the line, but, that's their sport, I guess.
Yeah, I can see. Look, if they started to have in Major League Baseball, what they would say is this is the unwritten rules of baseball. If you behave too ostentatiously on a home run, or you celebrate too much on a big hit, then you might get plunked, right? Somebody might throw at you. That's one of the unwritten rules of baseball. I don't think that really exists, at least not right now in college baseball. And the result is I think college baseball is probably, and I know you guys have certainly massive audiences that come to watch the games in Hoover. I think college baseball is probably the most underrated college sport in America by a massive margin, because yesterday I think you had 9 different games that were single game elimination, and some of the best teams in the country, Oregon State, Stanford, for instance, in the Pac-12, both playing in elimination games. They were the 2 and the 3 seed. Now they both won close games, I think by 1 run, but it's an awful lot of fun to watch these games, and I think that the college baseball community has not gotten the love that maybe they deserve comparatively when you look at other sports that get more attention. By the way, I'd say Women's College World Series, also really entertaining. Softball, fast-moving, fun. I think both of these sports, maybe because they happen in June, tend to get overlooked a bit compared to others. And we're kind of in a slow month, which is surprising, because I know you got the NBA Finals going on, but so far not that many people, relatively speaking, compared to past years, are watching the finals. So this is worth paying attention to.
So, interesting headline I'm looking at. Camera left recording for hours in the middle of the woods captures scream people are convinced came from Bigfoot. I consider you a reasonable guy. Are there anything out there, any kind of theories that you believe that are kind of off-wall, kind of weird?
Well, I think there are tons of things that we don't know. So I'm a history buff, and if you go read history and read what people were saying in the late 1700s or the late 1800s, they all thought their generation, and it was to that point, was the smartest and knew everything. And so the idea that our scientific knowledge is fully developed, I don't buy into in a variety of different fields. So, I mean, it wasn't very long ago that doctors made fun of the idea that you should wash knives after you amputate arms, and that there was bacteria, and that you shouldn't put somebody, when they were sick, you shouldn't take blood out of their body. These were widely accepted, considered to be popular remedies, the right choices, relatively recent ago, certainly if you consider human history. So I believe in the concept of aliens. I think they probably have visited our planet at some point. I believe in people who are certainly smarter than us around the world. I'm sorry, around the universe. And I find it hard to believe in Bigfoot just because it's such a big mammal. I think it would be hard for Bigfoot to hide in the same way that at least the Loch Ness Monster would theoretically be underwater. But I would also find that big animals hard to hide. But I think there are smaller animals that exist that we don't know exist or think are extinct. But I would love to be wrong. I mean, I used to watch that Finding Bigfoot show, and the fact that show was successful was always amazing to me, because if they had ever found Bigfoot, you wouldn't suddenly find out. Yeah, well, also you wouldn't suddenly find out at 3:00 in the morning on a random Tuesday. I mean, it would be a big news story. Everybody would be talking about the fact that they found Bigfoot. That would be one of the all-time hidden gems if all the people who watch the hidden Bigfoot stuff had suddenly found out, oh my goodness, they found Bigfoot, and it's just a random airing of the episode, and there was no pre-knowledge. That would be one of the all-time upsets. I mean, that's like Mount St. Mary's beat UVA back in the day.
I just randomly thought of this when you said you're a big history buff. Yesterday was the 87th anniversary of D-Day.
78, I think. But
or
yeah.
78, excuse me. I said those backwards. I transpose numbers often, frankly. The 78th anniversary of D-Day. You could make an argument, like as a Christian, obviously, the day of the resurrection, we don't know the exact date. That's a pretty big day in human history, I would say. But I realize not everyone agrees with that. But you can make an argument that was the most important day in human history. June 6th, of D-Day.
It's up there. I mean, because if you do alternative histories, the United States gets and the Allied forces get beaten back, aren't able to put a breach into Europe.
Which really they should have. I mean, by all accounts, they should have lost right there.
I've been there. So one of the coolest days of my life was getting to go to, I think I told you guys this before, but I spent an entire day with a private tour guide touring the beaches of Normandy, which was an incredible experience. And what's amazing about it is the geography is almost nearly identical to what it was then. And what I mean by that is it's still farmland. You can still walk into these German bunkers, and they still have their old guns there 80 years later. And you can look at a picture that was taken right around D-Day and stare off into the horizon, and it looks almost identical to what it looks like today. And so it is remarkable to think about what those 18 and 19-year-old kids, many of whom had never left their states before, suddenly find themselves on the other side of the Atlantic, stepping off into a hail of bullets being fired by Nazis on commanding heights above. It's really a remarkable experience. I wish, and if you go to the cemetery there, I wish every American got the opportunity to go experience that, because I feel as if very often we are constantly ripping America. And if you spend a few days in that region and see how much the French people still love Americans. I mean, there are still a lot of American flags on homes in the Normandy region, and see what was clearly a war for good against evil. It's very hard not to be incredibly proud as an American of what we accomplished there when we fought actual Nazis. And I sometimes point out that nowadays the great grandchildren of those soldiers who stepped off into the surf are sitting around on social media calling people Nazis who have political opinions that are different than theirs. And we've lost an understanding, I think, in many ways in this country of what true evil is and how much of a force for good the United States has been historically.
That's very well said. Clay, thank you, and have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday.
All right. See y'all then, too. Have a good week.
All right, buddy. Take care. Clay with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.
I've always wanted to go.
100%. I've always wanted to go do the entire tour. There is if you ever watch Band of Brothers on HBO, I think they still do this. There is a tour that takes you to the locations where those battles were actually fought. And I read a story. This would give me chills when I tell it. I read a story where, and I'm not going to remember, I don't know if it was Dick Winters, who was the guy that was played, who's the guy from
Damian Lewis.
Damian Lewis played Dick Winters. It was either him or another guy was with Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg when they were scouting that area. And I think this is in the Band of Brothers book that Stephen Ambrose wrote. And where the Battle of the Bulge played out there in the forest. And he was walking them through. He was like, we had troops here, we had troops here, we had troops here. And he goes, we had a machine gun set up here. And it was either Tom Hanks or Stephen Ambrose or Steven Spielberg looks down in the dirt. Look, I got chills when I'm saying this. Looks down in the dirt and picks up a machine gun shell. Like the guy said, we had one right there. And he said, I literally looked down in the dirt and there was a machine gun shell in the dirt.
Why was everything just left as is?
I mean, I guess you just didn't want to transport it back. I mean, you got all the intelligence you needed out of it, but you had stuff you had to transport. Why mess with their stuff?
No, but I'm just talking about, Clay was talking about, still in those bunkers, you still got guns.
I hope for historical purposes. I mean, I doubt the guns are operational, obviously, but I'd want to see it that way.
Yeah, I would too.
I 100% want to go do that. But you used to be able to go do a tour of all the Band of Brothers sites, and I think they literally called it the Band of Brothers Tour. And I would do that in a heartbeat. I will do that. I'll make a deal with you, Lance. If I lose a bracket challenge, you guys can send me there.
Send you to Normandy?
Yeah, send me to Normandy. Does that seem
I'll do that,
over the top?
I'll switch right now if you guys want to switch my tickets up.
Hey, Johnston RV Center, I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, exit 334 in Decatur. You can always see them at JohnstonRVCenter.com. Check out those new 2022 Cherokee Alpha Wolf. They've got the great couples coach that starts at $275 a month with approved credit, 10% down. They go up from there, $289, $299. The most popular one, just $329 a month. All of that with 10% down with approved credit. See more at JohnstonRVCenter.com. That is JohnstonRVCenter.com. Rockstar tells you what to watch when we return. And Cam Newton, Hall of Famer or not? That question is currently being debated. We'll take it up next on the next round.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Summer means cookouts and spending time with the family and friends in the backyard. Ryan Brown here. Nothing can ruin a party like mosquitoes. Wayne's environmentally safe Mosquito Plus solution safely and effectively eliminates mosquitoes. Plus, they provide protection against fleas and ticks, helping keep your outdoor entertainment spaces safe, comfortable, and pest-free for your family and your four-legged family members. Wayne's has turned my backyard oasis into my happy place. They can do the same for you. Give them a call, 866-WAYNES-1, or call Waynes.com.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Summer of 2022. It's time to do something new. Ocean City, Maryland. And our friends at Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City is ready to welcome you. Kayak from Bayside Beach, swim in the Atlantic, dine at Bayview Bar and Grill, local golf packages, great restaurants, and a lot more. See everything online at residenceinnoc.com. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook. Do something different this summer. Residence Inn by Marriott, Ocean City, Maryland.
Golf season is in full swing, and you know what that means for me, my favorite time of year. Ryan Brown here from the next round, inviting you to enjoy 18 holes of great golf at Ballantrae Golf Club. Just off I-65 in Pelham, Ballantrae Golf Club is one of my favorite spots in Birmingham. 18 great holes of golf designed by one of my favorite designers, Bob Cupp, and they keep the golf course in superb shape. They treat you like family when you're out there as well. Go enjoy Ballantrae Golf Club for yourself this spring and summer. 620-GOLF for a tee time, 620-4653, Ballantrae Golf Club.
Hey, it's Jim Dunaway. Let me take a second to talk about my friend Greg from Pell City and his company, Storm Restoration Roofing. He's the owner, and it's been locally owned for over 20 years. Insurance companies love Greg, and that's going to benefit you, the customer. Storm Restoration Roofing is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they'll give you a free no-cost inspection. No obligation, no cost. 205-542-3531. 542-3531, or look up Greg from Pell City on Facebook. It's Greg Nelson and Storm Restoration Roofing. There's nothing I like more than a unique, delicious meal, and that's what you get at Champy's world-famous fried chicken right on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Those great full fried chicken plates, the tenders, the po' boys, but I love the Southern staple chicken on a stick. It's perfect for a tailgate or watching the big game. And then the authentic Mississippi Delta recipe, homemade tamales, the best I've ever tasted. See the whole menu or order online at champyschicken.com. For Blues, Brews, and Bird, it's Champy's Chicken, Highway 119, Alabaster.
Summer weather is finally here. Make sure your air conditioner is ready for the Alabama heat. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the ones to call for all of your HVAC needs. Hemphill Services is a locally owned and operated independent train dealer, and the team can service all makes and models. Get the guys at Hemphill Services to make sure your HVAC unit is ready to help you beat the Alabama heat this summer. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, do what I do. Call Hemphill Services. It's hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090.
Do you want to have the experience of a lifetime and help a great charity at the same time? If you've ever dreamed of taking a few laps around Talladega Superspeedway, now is your chance. Come join us on Saturday, June 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Track Laps for Charity. For only $50, you can climb behind the wheel of your own vehicle and take 2 laps around the historic Talladega Superspeedway. But if you don't want to take the drive, you can still come out and tour the Talladega Garage experience for free. Bring the kids and enjoy the game zone and kids zone, or have your picture taken with the famed Vulcan Trophy in Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane. All proceeds from the event benefit the United Way of North Talladega County. You can enjoy a day at the track while also supporting a great organization. That's Saturday, June 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Talladega Superspeedway. To learn more, visit TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. See you at the track.
We continue on the next round. Rockstar about to give us the viewing menu. So quickly back to what you brought up with Clay. We got on a lot of things with him. somebody set up a camera in the woods and they've heard a scream and they just assume it's Bigfoot?
Yeah, let me. I wonder if we can play this.
I was about to say, can we play this? That was going to be my next question.
I got caught up on a Indian couple that was killed by a bear, so let me go back.
That is unfortunate, Lance.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a trash story?
Yeah, I'm going to bring that up in trash.
That's quite the tease. Indian couple killed by bear.
Let me see here.
Well, we'll let Rockstar, you do it while Rockstar's doing the viewing menu. The viewing menu presented each day by our friends at New Life Art.
Yes, New Life Art, bringing you memorable sports moments by Daniel A. Moore for over 40 years. For more information, you can always go online to check out his incredible work, danielmooreart.com or 800-735-2787.
So A&E's doing this feature. It's called The Origins of Hip Hop, where they feature a different rapper and their backstory. So this is episode 2, premieres tonight. If you were doing the origins of hip hop, who would be your first episode and who would be your second episode?
I'll let Lance answer this. I don't even.
First episode. I mean, Run DMC is who actually brought hip hop to the mainstream. So if we were doing that, then maybe the Beastie Boys, and I would evolve. Obviously Tupac and Biggie are most people's favorites, including mine. But I'll start with Run DMC, and then I'll go Beastie Boys.
All right, what if I said episode 1 was Fat Joe?
Okay.
And tonight,
what's love got to do with it?
And tonight, Busta Rhymes.
Okay, interesting.
Do you think they're going in the right direction?
I don't. I don't really. I don't.
This is the first 2 episodes, and tonight's feature is Busta Rhymes. Just to
Okay.
let you know. Also, Netflix premieres today. That's My Time with David Letterman. The former Late Show host continues his streaming programming with a focus on stand-up, in which comedians perform a quick set before sitting down with an interview with Letterman. Now, did you ever watch this show? It was like an hour feature. I think Stern did one. Obama did one. It was basically a full-length interview in front of a crowd.
I'm in the minority, but I was never a Letterman guy.
I liked Letterman better than Leno.
Yes.
I really didn't like either.
I like Carson. I mean, I was a kid when Johnny Carson was on. Rarely was I given the opportunity to stay up and watch. But I thought he was obviously the GOAT of all of that. I liked Leno. I liked Letterman better than Leno. I thought there were times Letterman could be really good.
Letterman was so dry and sarcastic. I like that.
Yeah, it was very dry and sarcastic. Our own Scott Forrester worked for Letterman for a semester. Did you like him, Scott? Thumbs up. Yeah, Scott says yeah. Nice guy. Surprisingly nice. No. Okay. All right. Scott gave us a very quick answer on that. Scott liked him.
He'd be a little curmudgeon.
Well, but sometimes those people end up being nicer guys than you would imagine.
Yeah. I think I think it's difficult for those guys to be nice all of the time.
Yeah, I mean,
because
there's
super
a lot to
focused,
ask of them. Yeah.
Well, they're super focused on what they're trying to do.
Right.
That's a high pressure job.
Yeah.
And for people coming up and to try to interact and be sociable with everybody it's a lot to
And
ask.
everybody's wanting a piece of you. You're getting pulled in 8 million different directions, and you're trying to focus on, a couple important things, being great at those.
Yeah, see, he seemed like he could be a dick. When I watched Ellen, I never thought that she would be as abusive as people claim she was.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It is her show.
Yeah, and there's no doubt I did.
That was shocking.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. She seemed like a genuinely nice person.
Well, the thing is, I think they said that she donates to charity and all this stuff.
Well, she's very giving.
She's very giving and everything, but she was an ass to Mariah Carey or something like that. Like she made some faux pas about her pregnancy or something like that.
Oh.
And then she's supposed to be mean behind the scenes to the peons.
Lance, what did you find on the Bigfoot?
So I've got a footprint too.
We've got a
Bigfoot.
I've just never.
I just don't think he'll have 5 toes. Do you?
I've not given much thought to Bigfoot.
So it says the video. You can watch the video. I'll see if Rockstar can find it. The video is lengthy. Mostly consists of some rustling and the leafy
I'm
trees.
out. When you said lengthy, I'm out.
So often there's an ear-splitting shriek and a bunch of low growls.
We're just going to assume that's Bigfoot. There's 8 billion things in those woods, and we're just it must be Bigfoot.
Some skeptical people are saying it sounds like rednecks partying. There's another one that jokes, sounds like me stepping on a Lego.
Yeah.
This guy said he managed to track down some recordings of Bobcat calls and regret to report that sounds this camera recording are indeed very similar to Bobcat's array of cries.
I just think it's stupid that these guys get something on camera, and we're going to assume it's Bigfoot.
Okay, there's a news poll here, though. Do you think Bigfoot is real? Yes, definitely, possibly, I'm not sure. No, definitely not, or other, no opinion. I'm going to go with possibly not sure just to see what people say, okay?
Okay.
Now they're asking me which of the following banks do I currently have a major credit card with.
Oh, let's answer that. Please, who you got?
Jesus. I mean, I just want to know the percentages here. I'm just going to lie and say other.
Other.
And let's see if they're going to send me somewhere else now.
Yes. Do you mind applying for our card?
How much do you like to cook? Love to cook. Like to cook. Don't really have a strong opinion.
Do you?
Oh, my gosh. Now I got to go demo. I'm going to go.
Again, you've lost.
Okay, here we go. Got it.
All right.
Do you think Bigfoot is real? Possibly. I'm not sure. 32%. Yes, definitely 30%. 35%. No, definitely not. And 3% no opinion. So this thing's split all over the place.
Yeah. I would put myself in the camp of don't really care. Like if he is real, he's been living for a very long time and has done no harm to us or anyone that I can tell.
Unless some of the missing individuals out there were taken by Bigfoot.
Well, why do you just besmirch his character that way? Why would we assume that about him?
Maybe
he's a
seems
peaceful
like
guy.
he can get pissy. You saw him on the what was the jerky commercial?
Yeah, I also
he plays the harmonica too.
Literally, there are cameras everywhere in the world. If there were a Bigfoot, we would have seen him by now. I mean, there are cameras everywhere. Everything gets caught on camera. Everything is caught on camera. If there were cameras,
look at him.
Oh, Rockstar's got some video that's supposed to Bigfoot. Yeah. Clearly not somebody in a Bigfoot costume. Because you know what, Ernie? We're driving through the woods today. Let's video this ride through the woods, and I'm going to look at you. I mean,
do you think you're instantly rich if you're the guy that discovers him and can cage him up?
I don't know. I mean, what are you going to do with him?
Like you said before, you could take him to Bass Pro Shops.
That's true. I did say that.
He'd just scream and spit at people. You get your picture made next to him.
I mean, people used to come to county fairs to see the world's shortest man, who I think was from Alabama at one point. And he was a really, really short guy. I mean, this is the most ridiculous video ever, Rockstar. Can't even believe we're wasting time showing this. I love that he's just running through the woods.
Where do you think he's going?
He's following that car, man.
It's so silly. So silly. I'm one of those, like, if they're Bigfoots and if they're aliens, why do I even care? I mean, you know, people say, don't you want to know they're out there? I don't really care. I really don't. They're minding their own business, best I can tell.
I think it would be interesting if they were aliens. And it's really, I was a little surprised that Clay said he believes that there are a lot of other individuals in the universe.
See, I've always said about aliens, if they are out there, I believe we're more advanced than them. I think they're the ones that are lagging behind.
I don't know.
I think we're the more advanced ones.
I think the universe is so complex and so big.
Oh, it's very complex and big.
That there's got to be other life out there.
I don't know that there has to be.
Yeah, I really don't care, though.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You don't think that'd be cool if Bigfoot tweeted a picture of him in next round gear?
No, I would love that. Yeah. See, I'm all about that one right there.
Would that go viral?
Yeah, I would hope. So there's this discussion out there because of a tweet as to whether or not Cam Newton is a Hall of Famer. Now, this tweet, and I love how we do this, we're just going to randomly grasp two things and compare them.
Well, I'll tell you this. An Auburn fan sent this to me, and he said, look, I don't necessarily think Cam Newton's a Hall of Famer, but when you look at these numbers compared to this other individual, and that other individual, there it is, Scott just popped it up, is John Elway. I think the game is much different.
There's no doubt.
Watching John Elway, you knew he was a Hall of Famer. I saw one true Hall of Fame year from Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, so basically what they have done is they have taken a window of statistics
That's the first 10 years of each.
That are comparable. 142 games for John Elway, 139 for Cam Newton. The attempts are within 9 of one another. And in that window of statistics, Elway has a 55% completion rate. Cam Newton's is 60%.
Let me remind everybody, completion rate was a lot different 25, 30 years ago.
Elway threw for 30,000 yards, Cam for 31,000. Elway threw for 158 TDs, Cam for 190. Elway threw 157 interceptions, Newton 118.
That was the most surprising thing that I got out of this was his touchdown to interception ratio in his first 10 years.
Yeah. For Elway?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, it was half touchdown, half interceptions. Elway rushed for 2,400 fewer yards than Cam Newton and 34 fewer touchdowns than Cam Newton. So, yeah, if you take that window of statistics, Cam's stats are better than John Elway's. Two things John Elway has that quarterbacks alone are judged on are Super Bowl rings.
Yep.
Cam Newton does not have.
Yeah, and he got them back to back.
And got him back to back right at the end of his career.
And I just thought Elway in his best was better than Cam Newton.
I mean, he seemed to be, yeah. Again, it was a
it was
a different game when Elway played.
It was, but I go back, we brought up the Cleveland Browns and how jinx that organization is, and go back to the drive. And, Elway, the throws he was making on that drive.
I know. I mean, one of the most iconic moments in NFL history. And it was just, you're right, it was pinpoint throw after pinpoint throw.
Cam Newton always considered him a very good quarterback.
I did. I've never considered it a Hall of Fame quarterback.
It seemed like the candle burned fast on Cam, though, and it seemed like Elway got better with age.
Like just from this generation, if you could just kind of put, I don't know, the last 10 or 20 years into this generation, these are Hall of Fame quarterbacks in my mind, and I'm going to leave somebody out. Peyton Manning just went in, right?
Yep.
All right, Peyton Manning was an easy one. Aaron Rodgers is an easy one.
Yep.
Absolutely automatically in for Aaron Rodgers. There's going to be a discussion about Eli Manning, but Eli Manning's getting in. He's
going to get in because of his name, in my opinion.
And
I know he's got two Super Bowls.
Rings. Yeah, that's going to help him tremendously.
Jim Plunkett's already got 2, though, right?
Jim Plunkett is the only one with 2 that's not in the Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken, that has been eligible.
Yep.
Because obviously Eli is just now getting into eligibility. Drew Brees is a lock Hall of Famer.
He is.
Absolute lock Hall of Famer. Don't even have to think about it. Before you get to Cam Newton, even though Cam played in a Super Bowl, this guy did not. You've got to address Phillip Rivers before you even get to Cam Newton.
I think Phillip Rivers is not a Hall of Famer, but I think he had a better career than Cam Newton.
Right. So then how would you put Cam in? You wouldn't. Right?
Look, you've still got other active quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes is going to be.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Josh Allen is progressing like a Hall of Famer.
He's on track to be one, yes.
Matt Stafford, if he has another year, if he wins another Super Bowl, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're right. If you've got 2 Super Bowl rings, it's going to be hard to ignore.
Yeah. Even if he gets back to one, if he has an MVP year over the next couple of years.
I didn't mention Ben Roethlisberger, lock Hall of Famer. He's got to wait 5 years now, lock Hall of Famer. I think before you get to Cam Newton, you got to address Matt Ryan. Give me the difference between Cam Newton and Matt Ryan.
No, they had one exceptional year where they both won MVPs, went to a Super Bowl, and lost that Super Bowl.
Yep. Both lost a heartbreaking Super Bowl. Yeah. More heartbreaking in Matt Ryan's case.
I've always considered Matt Ryan a little bit better than Cam Newton.
I agree. Tom Brady, obviously a lock Hall of Famer. So, these are all guys I think you've got to address before you even get to Cam Newton's discussion.
Oh, Russell Wilson.
Wilson. Lock Hall of Famer. There's another one. All these guys, you've got to... And generally, it's 1 quarterback a year, maybe 2 go into the Hall of the modern day guys.
Yeah, and if I asked you, better chance of getting to the Hall of Fame, Dak Prescott or Cam Newton?
Well, Dak Prescott still got time to play, and he's a Dallas Cowboy. I think that helps him. So I would say Dak Prescott. Now, Dak has not done near enough at this point. To be in the discussion.
No, not even close.
But to your point, he's got a lot of time left to play. So at some point. So and look, I just want to be clear. Not all the guys I just mentioned I think are Hall of Famers. I don't know that Matt Ryan's a Hall of Famer.
No, I don't think he is.
I don't know that Phillip Rivers is.
I don't think he is.
But I think those are all guys you've got to address before you even get to Cam Newton, no matter what his numbers look like against John Elway's. Right. And this it's the era of the quarterback. So as these guys continue to retire, Aaron Rodgers will retire soon. As soon as that 5 years is up, he's in.
Yeah, we've never had a better collection of quarterbacks in the history of the NFL.
Yeah. And so Cam Newton maybe put those numbers up at just the wrong time. So I don't think Lance he is a Hall of Famer, and he's got really nothing left in his career. I'd be stunned if he's able to do anything else in his career that makes him a Hall of Famer, because that clock is ticking on Cam Newton. He's not likely to be a starter for any extended period of time for the rest of his career. Maybe only an injury, right?
Right.
If he is on the right roster. Odie's bringing you this part of the show. You and Rockstar will be out there Wednesday night.
Yeah, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Make sure you join us. Always a lot of fun. Odie's Team Trivia. But if you're just looking for a great lunch or dinner, stop in. Rodney Davis cooking it up for over 30 years. Award-winning wings, delicious burgers. My personal favorite, the Diablo sandwich. Ice-cold beer buckets. Enjoy that patio. Get that Bud Light out there. Go see Will Haver and that great staff. It's a Birmingham institution. It's Odie's Tavern, Crestline Village.
All right, more of your reaction on everything we've talked about in the chat room. You can also join us. 205-734-0923, 734-0923 on the next round.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
Witness history at the closing ceremonies of the World Games with an all-star celebration featuring Alabama's favorite son, Lionel Richie, performing at home for the first time in decades. Joined by Alabama, Jamie Johnson, Bo Bice, Taylor Hicks, Blind Boys of Alabama, Pastor Mike Jr., Ruben Studdard, Young Blue, Martha Reeves, and Worth the Wait. An epic celebration. The closing ceremonies of the World Games at Protective Stadium, July 17th. Tickets are limited and going fast. Get yours now at twg2022.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round. You've heard me for years talk about our friends at Bromberg's Jewelers, and we welcome you to stop by and see that great customer service at the Mountain Brook and Summit locations, but we'd also love for you to check out their new online shop. They've got plenty to choose from. Great gifts, big and small. Available online, they've got David Yurman, Tudor watches, select diamond and gemstone jewelry, William Henry, seasonal and favorite giftware items, and baby gifts as well. They've even got an online sale section. For more information, brombergs.com.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The new location of Walk-Ons is now open at Stadium Trace in Hoover near the Hoover Met. And just like the location off Highway 280, you get authentic, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine prepared fresh from scratch every day. Walk-Ons happy hour is 2 to 6 Monday through Friday. $5 moonshine swirls, $5 house pours, and half-price appetizers. Download the Walk-Ons mobile app for an easy take-home experience for the family. It's game day with a taste of Louisiana at Walk-Ons off Highway 281-19 and now at Stadium Trace near the Hoover Met.
Do you want to have the experience of a lifetime and help a great charity at the same time? If you've ever dreamed of taking a few laps around Talladega Superspeedway, now is your chance. Come join us on Saturday, June 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Track Laps for Charity. For only $50, you can climb behind the wheel of your own vehicle and take 2 laps around the historic Talladega Superspeedway. But if you don't want to take the drive, you can still come out and tour the Talladega Garage experience for free. Bring the kids and enjoy the game zone and kids zone, or have your picture taken with the famed Vulcan Trophy in Ruoff Mortgage Victory Lane. All proceeds from the event benefit the United Way of North Talladega County. You can enjoy a day at the track while also supporting a great organization. That's Saturday, June 18th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Talladega Superspeedway. To learn more, visit TalladegaSuperspeedway.com. See you at the track.
You hear a lot of interesting phrases while playing golf, like, "I think you're on the beach," or the classic, "You gotta hit it, Alice." One word you're sure to hear right now at Bent Brook Golf Club is wow. Brand new carts with complimentary GPS, and the bent grass greens are so consistent, you just might drain a few more putts, Alice. Tee it up and find out for yourself. Book around today at bentbrook.com or call 428-1999. It's better at Bent Brook.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Want more of The Next Round? Download the app or visit nextroundlive.com for the latest podcast, The Mystery Fifth Hour, our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, and the entire Double Down Media podcast family. All at nextroundlive.com and on the Next Round app.
The Iron Bowl.
Jordan Hare Stadium behind us that saw a classic Iron Bowl, 24-22. The Crimson Tide holds on and wins in overtime.
The SEC Championship.
It is the SEC Roadshow Saturday morning in Atlanta.
The College Football Playoff.
It's our Cotton Bowl special from Dallas, Texas. We are live now.
The National Championship.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown with you up here in Indianapolis. We're at the Playoff Fan Central.
The Next Round. You'll find us where the big games are played.
We continue on the Next Round. I'm about to do a commercial read, and I'm going to give you homework during the commercial read. I was just looking at this because of something one of our people in the chat room said. There are 8 current NFL quarterbacks. Well, one just announced his retirement. There are 7, so throw Ryan Fitzpatrick out. 7 current NFL quarterbacks that have more passing yards career than Cam Newton. Does that surprise you?
No, because I think there's a lot of guys that have not been in the league as long.
What do you mean?
I mean, Cam's been in the league a long time.
I know, but does it surprise you that there are 7 right now that have more career passing yards?
No.
It doesn't surprise you. You think you can name all 7?
Yep.
All right, see if you can. I'm going to tell everyone about our buddy Greg from Pell City. You can find him on Facebook at just look for Greg from Pell City on Facebook. But it's Storm Restoration Roofing, and they do a tremendous job. Listen, we've got some storms that might be coming through over the next few days. Hopefully, you don't have any damage at all. But in the event you do, you're going to need somebody to take care of that, and our guy Greg from Pell City handles that. If you need him to get on your roof right now and see if you've had damage, you can do that, or you can just give him a call about a new roof. Listen, you're going to need one every, 15, 20, 25 years. He doesn't just do storm damage. He does great work even if you just need a new roof. I've got my cell phone right here, and I'm going to give you his cell phone number, right? I'm just going to give you his cell phone number straight out of my phone. 205-542-3531. That's 205-542-3531. Greg Nelson, Greg from Pell City, Storm Restoration Roofing. 7 guys, more passing yards than Cam Newton. See if you can get all 7. Ryan Fitzpatrick made it 8, I believe, if I counted this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, actually. So there are 8. Ryan Fitzpatrick made it 9, but he just retired, so we'll throw him out. There's 8. I don't think you can get them all.
Oh.
I mean, there's some obvious ones.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 5 right here. Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford, Tom Brady, Kirk Cousins.
Okay, you've got all those. Kirk Cousins was one I thought would trip you up because he has only 300 pass yards in front of him.
I am not checking this. I'm just looking at teams. So just give me one sec.
You're just going to do the teams in your mind.
Yeah, I will do teams in my mind. That one's going to be close. I'm not going to go with him yet. I'm not going to go with him yet. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yep.
Okay, so what are we on, 6?
God, I cannot believe you said Kirk Cousins.
I guess I'm just going to have to roll with my other 2.
Which would be?
I am going to go Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill does not. You're out of the contest.
And then my other one I was going to say was Jameis Winston.
Now, some of these he does not. Some of these are backups. Joe Flacco.
Okay.
Still a backup in the league.
That's tough.
I know. 41,000 pass yards. And Andy Dalton.
Yeah. Those are tough.
35,000.
Yeah. I got all the starting quarterbacks.
Before you get to Tannehill, Derek Carr was closer. Carr will pass him. He's got 31,000. He'll pass him this year. Ryan Tannehill's got 30,000. He'll pass him this year. I don't even see Jameis Winston. He's a little further back. Dak Prescott you get to before you get to Jameis Winston. He's at 22,000. Winston's only got 20,000 pass yards. I'd have thought he had more pass yards than that.
Yeah, I guess he's still young, though.
I guess so, but, I mean, he's been playing in the league since 2015. I would have guessed more than that. So, I mean, you see there just looking at the current numbers, I mean, all those guys are going to pass him. I just don't think he's really got a chance to get in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think so either.
To your point, though, Bobby said Cam Newton is absolutely not a Pro Football Hall of Famer. But to your comment that his can will burn quickly, that is what happens when you have trash offensive linemen and you're constantly fighting through injuries. I will also say this. Cam Newton got officiated, I think, differently than most quarterbacks.
Oh, they let him get beat up.
They let him get beat up because of his size and his running ability. I think he got officiated a little bit differently than Tom Brady. Cam Newton's a big guy, and I just don't – I think sometimes some of the hits that might look one way on a Drew Brees don't look the same way on a Cam Newton.
I would agree.
I think he got officiated differently, and that could have led to some of the injuries. But he did run a lot. I mean, I just gave you the numbers, 4,800 rush yards. That's a lot for a quarterback. 4,800 rush yards is going to get you banged up some.
So we didn't bring up that Marion Barber passed away.
We did not.
And I'm trying to think if he even had 4,500 total yards.
I would guess against it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember seeing the number. I just don't remember if it was more than 4,500.
Because to your point, Smuff said it's really hard to find modern running backs that are going to be Hall of Fame worthy. If Frank Gore doesn't get in, it's hard to imagine many others doing it.
I think Gore will get in because of the longevity.
I think he's 5th all-time rushing yards.
Yeah, and I mean, you start to look at great running backs right now in the NFL. You know, your problem is guys like Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley, they can't stay healthy, so they've really got no shot.
Yeah.
Todd Gurley, not enough longevity. You know, Jonathan Taylor, you know, how quick will it burn for him? You know, he's probably the best in the league right now. Trying to think of guys. Derrick Henry probably is a Hall of Famer.
I think Derrick Henry can be. Now, look, I think Derrick Henry's probably at 10,000 rush yards right now.
I would say
by and large, has stayed healthy, though he missed a lot of this season, obviously.
Your best chance of guys right now, and I'm going to leave Jonathan Taylor off the list because he's so young. I would say Dalvin Cook, Zeke Elliott, Derrick Henry, and Alvin Kamara.
No, Frank Gore's a lock. He's 3rd all-time rush yards.
No, but I'm talking.
No,
I don't even consider Frank Gore.
No, I know. I was answering that question earlier. Somebody said if he's a Hall of Famer. He's 3rd all-time rush yards. Frank Gore's in the Hall of Fame. Adrian Peterson is 5th all-time rush yards. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Adrian Peterson will go in the Hall of Fame. He's still active, though, right?
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson was on a roster last year. Like, I'm looking, Lance, the next guy, if you look at all the Hall of Famers, the first guy, when you just list them in career rushing yards, it's not in the Hall of Fame, is Fred Taylor, the former Jag great. I don't think he'll get in. Steven Jackson is next. Played for your Rams. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Well, you know, he would have been a Hall of Famer if he played for better teams.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem is Steven Jackson played in the playoffs one time.
Yep. Corey Dillon is next after that. He's not a Hall of Famer. Warwick Dunn. Loved Warwick Dunn. Not a Hall of Famer. Ricky Waters. Jamal Lewis. Thomas Jones, Tiki Barber, Eddie George, Marshawn Lynch.
I mean,
Otis Anderson, Ricky Williams.
Some of those guys.
All those guys, those are the guys that have eclipsed 10,000 rush yards that are not in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you've got to go all
Eddie George
the way
is
down.
getting in the Hall of Fame.
Eddie George?
I think so.
Well, there's a lot of guys he's got to jump that rush for more yards than him.
Well, he's not going to jump them. He's done.
Well, no, I mean, to get into the Hall of Fame, I'm saying he's bypassing a lot. I'm aware Eddie George is retired. He's coaching college football. You'd have to point that out to me. But I'm just saying all these guys that are in front of him that have more yards, I read a lot of names that he'd be in the Hall of Fame in front of. I mean, Derrick Henry's at 6,797 yards. I said he was at 10,000 yards. I was way off. He's at 6,000 yards.
Yeah, again, you know, he's got to stay healthy. He only played 8 games last year.
I know, but by and large he has. But to my point, he's got to double his yards, Lance, what he's got right now just to pass a guy like Thurman Thomas, who's at the tail end of yardage guys in the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's a lot of yards to ask from Derrick Henry. All right, we're going to talk with the Marty Party next. Marty Smith, ESPN, with us when we return on the next round. That is a Michelson look ahead to our boy Marty Smith.
969-8100, that's the number you need to call. Ask for Amy, tell her the next round sent you. They're going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have nothing to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you in 2022. Again, Dr. Mark Michelson truly changed my life. I had the 20/20 vision. I was legally blind without the aid of contacts. I now have 20/15 vision 20 years later. Call today, 969-8100. You can also go online, michelsonlaservision.com.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness. At Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, you can now drive the 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia TI, the Italian sports sedan of your dreams, starting at $499 per month plus tax with $4,999 down, plus first payment and title due at delivery. Come experience the passion and performance of Alfa Romeo of Birmingham, 1837 Grants Mill Road, or Alfa Romeo USA of Birmingham.com. Like financial lease, 10,000 miles per year, WAC, MSRP, $51,499. Stock numbers Q0059, Q0068, or Q0074.
Tendinitis can drive a golfer to flub their shots or turn a 5K run into a stroll. And that backhand is now a bunt. Don't get comfortable with discomfort. Schedule an appointment with Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics for help in making your greatest comeback. Today is the day to get back in the game. Call 855-219-6200 to make an appointment. or find a doctor at precisionsportsortho.com/providers.
The new location of Walk-Ons is now open at Stadium Trace in Hoover near the Hoover Met. And just like the location off Highway 280, you get authentic, mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine prepared fresh from scratch every day. Walk-Ons Happy Hour is 2 to 6 Monday through Friday. $5 moonshine swirls, $5 house pours, and half-price appetizers. Download the Walk-Ons mobile app for an easy take-home experience for the family. It's game day with a taste of Louisiana at Walk-Ons off Highway 281-19 and now at Stadium Trace near the Hoover Met.
Double the fun and more ways to win at Victoryland Casino and Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play thousands of your favorite games featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. The Trucks and Bucks giveaway is going on right now. We're giving away 2 Chevy Z71 trucks and $50,000. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Drawings May 13th and 14th. Come win at Victoryland Casino and Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Must be 21 or older. Must be present to win.
A legendary coach once said, "It's not the will to win that matters, it's the will to prepare to win." Bryant bankers have the dedication and experience to put together a financial game plan that's right for you. Stop by one of the 7 Central Alabama locations today or give them a call at 1-855-4-BRYANT to begin preparing for your financial future today. You'll find out what unbeatable service and legendary results are all about. Bryant Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to choosing a dentist, 2 things are critical: trust and comfort. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. It's why I tell you about Stone Creek Dental Care. Dentist owned and operated, and Stone Creek Dental Care is the Southeast's premier provider of comprehensive dental care with more than 20 locations, including Birmingham, Chattanooga, Huntsville, Trussville, and Montgomery. Stone Creek Dental Care is able to provide a level of quality care you will not find anywhere else. From your basic cleaning to restorative dentistry, cosmetics, and endodontics, Stone Creek Dental Care covers a wide and comprehensive range of dental services for patients of any age. Stone Creek Dental Care's mission is to provide the highest quality dental care to every single patient in an environment that exemplifies the highest ethical, personal, compassionate, and professional standards, and to provide the best patient experience possible. Stone Creek Dental Care is currently accepting new patients at all locations, and new patients get a free Chick-fil-A gift card at your first appointment. So visit StoneCreekDentalCare.com to find a location nearest you. StoneCreekDentalCare.com.
The Double Down Media podcast family is live and full of content for all ages. The Mystery Fifth Hour gives the Next Round host a chance to talk about everything but sports. Pour a glass of Bama and bourbon, our weekly college football conversation, while sipping on some of the most interesting pours in the bourbon world. And in our Not For All Ages podcast, The Last Call, LT takes off the gloves for in-depth conversations with stars like Taylor Hicks, presented by Redmont Vodka. Find these podcasts and more by searching The Next Round on Apple, Spotify, and on our website, nextroundlive.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
We go to the second half of the show. On the next round, we got a little bit of breaking news before we go to Marty. First, Lance is going to tell us about the official vodka, the World Games, coming up very soon. You can see me and Rockstar Sumo wrestle.
And the official vodka of the next round is our friends at Redmont Vodka, locally owned and operated. Their aim, clarity, and taste, color, and smell. It's vodka perfection. Redmont Vodka made from corn, which not only makes it gluten-free, also provides that smooth finish, no harsh aftertaste, 8 times distilled. Available at your local package and ABC stores. Also available in 20 states. And coming soon, another Last Call with Brittany Wagner, brought to you by Redmont Vodka.
That is, you did the interview. I have seen some excerpts of the interview. That's going to be a fun interview, I think. Brittany's got a really good personality and some good stories. I think that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I should have stuck more on her in-sync stories.
Yeah?
They
Okay.
were really, really good.
Yeah.
I should have pushed and pushed and pushed on that. Fed her more Redmont Vodka.
So that normally gets the stories flowing. Some breaking news as we go to Marty. Tiger Woods has announced he will not participate in the U.S. Open coming up at Brookline, Massachusetts. Later this month, in a couple of weeks, he will not be playing in the U.S. Open. Does still plan to play at St. Andrews in the British. Marty joins us now. He has seen Tiger up close and personal a couple times this year. First of all, Marty, how are you? It's good to talk to you again.
I'm amazing. I hope you guys are. Thanks for having me. It looks like Dunaway is winning life wherever the hell he is right now.
He's down in his slice of heaven called 30A. 30A.
Natural Habitat.
Yeah.
I was just down there for the Southeastern Conference meetings, and it is indeed a beautiful place.
It is.
Not terribly easy to get to unless you're like Dunaway and have a private jet. But other than that, it's pretty phenomenal.
Pretty easy for us, about a 4-hour straight shot.
Yep, 4-hour drive through places like Andalusia and Baker and Wing.
Hey, with that said, Marty, Brown brought you on and talked about you've seen Tiger Woods multiple times. Is there one player, and I'm talking about any sport, that you've never seen in person that is active right now that you would actually pay to see and really want to see?
Active right now and pay to see and want to see. I mean, nothing's jumping out at me. I mean, maybe Ronaldo. I might like to go see one of those crazy football matches over there and see what that's all about with one of their superstars in it. And he's the biggest superstar there is over there. So I guess I'll choose him.
Okay.
Interesting, Ronaldo.
I mean, you got to think about it. Like I've now seen every race driver in person.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody in the NFL that floats my boat to that degree. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't think of any. Who y'all got?
Well, I was just pointing to Brown. Aaron Donald should be your guy. I've seen him a few times, but I'm a big Rams fan, Marty, so I'm a little biased.
I've never seen Aaron Donald play in person, but I'm just not the hugest NFL guy. I mean, I care very much for the success of the young men I got to know while covering them in college. But I don't wait on bated breath for Sunday afternoon to watch the NFL. I'm a college football guy through and through, and that's what I mean. I'll watch Tulsa play Hawaii at 1:30 in the morning.
Don't we all?
But I'm not inclined to spend my Sunday afternoon watching the Bucks and the Falcons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
maybe I'm Debbie Downer there, but it's just not my deal.
No, I get it. I mean, everybody's got what they like, Marty. But you were down in Miami for that F1 race, and that is a worldwide phenomenon, the F1. And it's just what strikes me is I've watched some of it because I got sucked into the Netflix series. And what strikes me is how much different it is than the racing we love here in the United States that's known for a lot of passing, rubbing and things like that. And you just don't get that in F1. But, boy, fans love it.
And one of the main reasons it's such a phenomenon in the United States of America is exactly what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
I mean, the Formula One World Championship found lightning in a bottle with everything that occurred in that exact moment when Drive to Survive became a phenomenon. All of us were in isolation, quarantine, whatever you call it, for COVID-19. All of us were binge watching everything from Ozark to Tiger King to whatever else. And the next thing in line that the buzz really, there was quite a groundswell for Drive to Survive. And they did a phenomenal job with Drive to Survive. What sells in the United States of America, conflict does. And they did a tremendous job of accentuating the inter-team conflict that has always existed in that sport. And they really did a good job with that and showing that to an amazing degree. They built characters. They built personalities. I was talking to Christian Horner, who runs Red Bull Racing, while I was down in Miami. I did a one-on-one interview with Christian, and I asked him how his life has changed in the last 24 to 28 months. And he said, well, I try to live my life day to day the same way. The biggest difference is people now want my photograph and not just my wife's. He's married to Ginger Spice. Jerry Halliwell is his wife. And so he's been taking pictures of her and other people for the entirety of their marriage. Now they're all in the photo like one big happy group. But anyway, Formula One is a phenomenon in the United States of America. Tyler Epp and the guys down there in Tom Garfinkel from the Miami Dolphins down in Miami did a phenomenal job. They won the party. Every celebrity under the sun. I mean, you're walking down the paddock on Sunday, you run into, how in the hell? You see everybody, but I never saw Michael Jordan. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know, because I would have fanboyed. I'm shameless. I'll run right up to Mike and hug his neck, dude. I might get beat down by his bodyguards and his security, but, I mean, he's the ultimate GOAT for me. I mean, you know what, boys, Lance, I would pay to see Michael Jordan play right now.
There you go.
No, I'm sure.
Yep.
But they've done a great job, and they're adding the F1 race. The Vegas race. They're going to be hauling freight down the Strip. That'll be wild. They'll hook a ride at the Cosmo and go out towards the Pepper Mill and everywhere else. So it's going to be wild now. I mean, it's going to be wild.
We're going to assume, Marty, that you have seen Top Gun Maverick.
I have not. I'm sorry. I know. I'm a loser.
No, I haven't either. But we had a question from the chat room. Kelly McGillis back in 85 or 86 for the original, or Jennifer Connelly now?
Well, I mean, in 1986, I was 10 years old in that year, and I mean, she was, gracious sakes, I mean, she was something to behold, and. I mean, little Marty would definitely vote Kelly McGillis, but let me just offer an aside here, which tends to happen when I have conversations with you guys. It's like squirrel, but I apparently was standing beside who's the big star in that movie? What's his name again?
Miles Teller.
Yes, I stood beside him for 90 minutes in Victory Lane at the Indianapolis 500 last week. And did not even know, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know what. And now I see him everywhere. He's everywhere.
Better yet, did he know who you were?
Well, we didn't chat.
Okay.
I mean, he was busy talking to people that really matter, the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. And, I mean, I knew he was important because, people of acclaim just have this, like, force field around, like this air.
Yep.
And you can just tell, like, okay, that guy is somebody. There's no doubt about the fact that he's somebody, but I just couldn't. And McGee would leg sweep me like Cobra Kai. McGee would have been all up on him like a duck on a June bug. But nonetheless, I was waiting on Marcus Ericsson so that I could interview the winner of the Indianapolis 500 and ask him how to say cold beer in Swedish and those types of things. But Miles, I hope we meet again, brother, because I will shake your hand.
But I'm horrible at that. I would not have recognized Miles Teller. But
you would have known though, Brownie. You'd have been like, okay, that guy. There's so many.
Maybe.
And one of the reasons is because so many people are approaching him for handshakes and conversations and selfies and all that type of thing. And I'm like, man, I feel so. I should have just FaceTime Laney and been like, hey, babe, who's this cat right here?
Hey, where do you rank Top Gun though as far as 80s movies? Because we're all kids of the 80s. There's so many good ones, but is it way up there for you? I mean, would you put it in front of like Roadhouse?
It's right there with Roadhouse. I mean, it's top three. It's iconic, and I was talking about this with music a couple of nights ago. It amazes me. Actually, I was also talking about this on my podcast yesterday. It amazes me that the Lynyrd Skynyrd catalog, was created in a 5-year span. Isn't that just the most unbelievable thing ever? I mean, 1973, they released their first record. The plane crash was in October of 77. And we are still singing those songs at the top of our lungs.
Marty, I saw Garth here in Birmingham Saturday night, and he did a 4-song set of Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Did he really?
Yeah.
What did he sing?
Now he did not sing.
He
did not. He did not. He did not sing the entire song. He would basically do verse and hook. But he did. He started with Freebird, went to Gimme 3 Steps. No, I'm sorry. He started with Simple Man to Freebird to Gimme 3 Steps, and of course he's in Birmingham. He did Sweet Home. Yeah. But I mean, that just shows you. And Garth, he did them pretty well, by the way. It was a pretty good set.
Well, he's Garth. I mean, he's. I bet that show was amazing. I've only seen Garth one time. I saw him in Chicago, Illinois, of all places. And man, I mean, it's just crazy. It's hit after hit after hit after hit.
It is.
But anyway, back to Skynyrd.
But you think of that in 4 years, they did incredible work in 4 years.
Well, and you just think about where they would have been. I mean, because as you say, Marty, I don't think there's any original members, but they're still touring.
I mean, you look at the fact that when that plane went down, I mean, it is amazing to me. I was really trying to wrap my hands around all those songs that Ryan just mentioned. And the I mean, all I can do is write about it. I mean, just on and on and on. The brilliance that they produced in such a tiny window. But, you know, there are artists that have a bunch of number ones. All right, they run them up the chart and down the chart, and they have tremendous commercial success. But to me, those are not copyrights. We won't be singing some of those songs 35 years from now, 40 years from now. But there are those that maybe have album cuts that never make it to radio that are our iconic songs that we sing forever and ever, amen. And and Skinner just they were something else. I mean, I love Southern rock to death. I love the whole genre. And obviously the Almonds, Marshall Tucker Band, they're kind of the faces and iconic names and whatnot of that genre. And they're timeless. They're forever.
Have you ever watched If I Leave Here Tomorrow, the Skinner documentary?
I sure have. Phenomenal.
Yeah, my favorite story from that is, well, two. Number one, when they're at the Rolling Stones concert.
So good.
They're opening for the Stones, and the Stones say the one rule, you can't walk out on the tongue of the stage. And, boy, you tell a bunch of Southern rednecks they can't do something, what's the first thing they're going to do?
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. And Van Zandt walks out there and calls the whole freaking band. I mean, the whole band is out there on it. But the part I like best, Marty, was they were turned down by 9 record labels before they were signed. And the song they were
pink slips.
The song they were shopping around was Freebird.
Yeah.
I mean, think of that. That is an iconic song, and 9 record labels listened to it and said, we don't want any part of this.
It was
band.
just too long. It was like Bohemian Rhapsody.
And it was long purposefully, Marty, because Van Zandt needed to rest his voice. So they would play it in the middle of a concert with a guitar riff so he could rest his voice.
It's back to copyrights, right? But that is a common refrain, Brownie. That is a common refrain among greatness. So many people make arbitrary decisions in that world.
Yep.
That, I mean, if you ask the greatest of all time in the country music world, in that world, in a lot of rock stars, the world's changed so dramatically